Okay, we are live. Hopefully, possibly. Let me know if you can. Let me know if you can hear me and or see me. That would be appreciative. We have sound first thing. Yes, excellent stuff. Hello, Aletta. Hello, Charles. Hello, Roderick. Hello, David. Weddy Bob, David Underhill, Rob, Shaky, etc., etc. Excellent stuff. Yeah, panic stations this week. It's been a bit of a nightmare.
You forgot to shave, mate.
I forgot to. I didn't forget. It was an intentional thing. I did my head. I'm giving my face a rest. It's getting old now, so it needs a rest every now and then. Anyway, it's good. We're working. Right, let's see if the overhead camera's working. That seems to be a-okay. Liking that. Stream desktop. Yeah, that seems to be working. And HDMI input, we can't see that. Good stuff. Everything appears to be working. Thank goodness. It's been a traumatic week here at Mike's Unboxing, as it generally always is, especially with Otis getting in the way of everything.
I think he sent a message on there.
He's trying to send a message on the chat by the looks of things.
I think he did before I could get rid of it.
So yeah, it's been a bit of a weird one. So tonight's stream, the real meat and potatoes is going to be, we are going to be doing a build in the Antec Flux case, which was kindly sent over by Colin Hilton back in May, I think it was, end of May, early June of this year. And I don't know why.
Was it the 22nd of May or something like that? Because I had my auntie's funeral that day.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Kath had to go to a funeral. Colin was here visiting. And yeah, for some reason, I don't know why, it's been one of those things on the back burner waiting for a motherboard to go in it. Something which I thought would be nice. Also, I wanted to change the fans out and I didn't have any that I thought would really suit it. So over the last few months, we've accumulated some parts. So now we're finally ready to get something built into that system. Most of the parts are listed in the video description. So if you've got any interest in what they are, feel free to check them out. Also this week, it's been an absolute nightmare with Windows Insider and also Windows 25H2. I'm trying to upgrade. This PC, the stream PC, has been completely reinstalled once again due to a problem that occurred trying to get myself out of the Windows Insider program and also changing some settings which are basically impossible to change. Now, when somebody says, no, it's impossible, you cannot change that setting, the kind of the ambitious side of you thinks, of course you can. Now, you would think, I'll ask you lot, because I know I'll get a response, it's better than talking to the wall. If you did a system image backup of your system, a complete ISO image of your system, top to tail, got that backed up, that's a separate entity altogether, just an ISO file stored elsewhere. Then you change the setting on your system and it didn't work out as intended, and then you restored your system from that ISO back to how it was a few days before. You would normally think that that setting would be the same as what it was a couple of days ago when you made the backup, which is what I thought would be the case when I started making the video. Turns out that isn't the case, and Microsoft have got more power than you'd think. They can actually alter time, more to do with probably a boot up thing. But yeah, there's a setting in Windows that you can change, and they say you can't undo it, which I thought, well, yeah, that just means you have to roll back or whatever. But no, that setting is rock solid, cast iron, set in stone. And not only does it affect the PC that you're actually on, it can actually propagate itself through the cloud, through the ether, into other PCs with the same user account. Now that to me is terrifying. And I'm kind of glad I found it out. Now, for those of you that are interested, I have made a full video on this, explaining how it happens, what to avoid, what not to do. It originally started out as being a video on how to upgrade to Windows 25H2 if you're on the Windows Insider program. It didn't turn out quite as intended. So yeah, it's quite an interesting video, and it's actually really weird. I didn't think that what actually happened is a possible thing, but it does seem that your Microsoft account and the settings attached to it are very, very entwined with the cloud and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you think you're safe because you've got backups, you're not. You're really not, which is terrifying. So yeah, that is a very odd thing. You'd think, yeah, a bare metal backup, if you basically put in a new disk drive into your computer, restored from a backup from weeks ago or days ago, you would think that it would revert back to how it was at that said time. But nope, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Which is very strange. Yes. Anyway, sorry? Fire phone. Mike, are CIT PC cases any good? That is somewhat of a generalization. They do some good cases and they do some bad cases. Depending on the price of them, some of the bad ones are good if you're into paying that amount of money. We did one recently, the CIT DS360. I actually really liked it. Good value for money, decent build quality, certainly an upgrade over previous CIT cases. But yeah, most of them are trash, to be fair, especially some of the older ones. But yeah, it isn't like, it's like BMW. You can't just say, are BMWs any good? Like, yeah, there's some which are really good. There's some which are not so good. There's some which are just downright awful and you should never buy them. It's not an easy thing to do. Tiny foil? No, they're not made. So the one I had, actually, the DS360, was actually made of proper thick steel or whatever metal it was. It was really good. I quite liked it. Glenn says CIT7, no, lol, but I did see a recent dual chamber on them. It looked nice. Yeah, the DS360 is a pretty nice one. Jason, have I missed the video of the PC from LBC? No, that is due out. Kath's just checking now, I think. When's that one scheduled for release? It should be sometime soon. I think it's about third off the top of the queue. I think. I'm not too sure. Kath's having a look now. We'll report back. David Under says, I'm not feeling flash. I woke up with a major cramp in my left foot. I've done my shoulder in again this week. I'm not sure how I've done it. I think I must have just leant on it funny. I've trapped the nerve again. So I either a nerve in my neck or a nerve in my shoulder. And the pain, it's like sciatica. It basically goes from kind of in my shoulder, in my armpit, all the way down the side and down my arm, into my elbow. And sometimes I get sort of tingly fingers as well. But yeah, apparently it's quite a... I can't think what they called it. There is a name for it. It's... You can do some sort of nerve flossing, which essentially there's a hole which the nerve goes through in your shoulder. So if sometimes, like if you're led like that in bed, which I often do, if you do that for like a long period or you put in too much pressure on your arm, you can basically move it or make it so that it swells up inside, and the little hole that the nerve goes through all the way through basically gets compressed, and that's why you get the pain and the weird stuff happening.
It's quite a way off.
It's a little way off yet, Kath says.
I haven't had it yet. It's next out to members.
Next out to members, so it's probably about a week away, I think.
And then it'll be 5 days of members before it goes into... But then we're only doing it every other day at the moment, aren't we? So.
Jason says, I'm looking forward to seeing the video. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I quite liked it.
He hasn't missed it.
Rasher says, you just need a cup of tea, Mike. I have a cup of tea just off to the side of me there. Not tea. Don't drink caffeine now. It's bad for your cortisol.
Tell him what I said earlier. We drink the same drink.
Yeah, we drink the same drink, but Kath calls hers a cup of coffee, and I call mine a cup, and she calls mine a cup of tea, even though we both have the same drink.
But it's because he used to drink that.
Yeah, there's cat's hairs all over this desk.
It's their bed.
Yeah, it's been a traumatic week, and there's Mark Gaines has been a member for 6 months. Thank you for supporting us. Time flies when you're having fun. It does. Just think I think someone said it's like 8 Sundays till Christmas. Or something like that.
That's good. It'll be over soon then.
It's terrifying. Or is it 12? 8 or 12 or 10 or... It's not long till Christmas.
It's not 2 months, is it? So it must be 12, mustn't it?
Devon says, without coffee, life is not worth living. The thing is, I think I drank too much tea and too much coffee. And it used to make... used to make my cortisol levels so high that, like, yes, I enjoy coffee, but I don't enjoy my body basically breaking down on me because of such high levels of cortisol, which are really, really bad for you. So if you like it and you're happy and you're healthy, then fine. But if you're unhealthy or you're having aches and pains and things are ruined and breaking in your body, lower your cortisol levels.
People what they
And
wanna
it's
do.
and
You
it's
don't
easy to
have tell
do.
what to
I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just saying if
Just
you
saying,
if you drink coffee and you're in pain,
stay on your page.
lower your stay in my lane. This isn't a health channel by any means. Old Rob says, "Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas." 2 days off, 3 months. Oh my god, that's terrible. Shaky says, "Did you try the account bypass on 25H2? I haven't as of yet. As far as I know, it will work because, for all intents and purposes, 25H2 is the exact same code base as 24H2, but some features are just slightly different. So on a kernel level, I believe, they're the same operating system. So it should, anything that works now on 24H2 will work in 25H2, it would seem."
Hello, David. Anything you'd like to say?
Does Jan says, "I am increasingly noticed that my body is telling me that you shouldn't have done what you did last night." Yeah. I know the feeling. Fireframe says, "Mike 25H2 standalone ISO." Yes, in the video which went out on Friday. Yeah, yesterday. There was a link to the ISO and also to the enablement package.
Somebody said it updated automatically when they're on the Insider program.
If you're on the Insider program, it should update to 25H2
So
automatically.
Got that on already then?
No, because you are on the Insider program, but your PC isn't enrolled.
But I did do an update last night or the night before.
Did you?
I didn't.
It did.
Wouldn't let me turn it off without doing it.
Jason Woods has got a £2 super chat. Thank you very much, Jason.
Oh, sorry, mate.
It says party, party, party.
So I will do.
Hopefully, later on, we will be able to party, party, party. I've actually ordered, so for those of you that were with us last week and you saw the stream, we had that Gigabyte motherboard, the one which we went through all kinds of weird stuff for doing the BIOS update, which didn't work. I'm not going to spoil it too much if you haven't seen it, because you might want to go back and watch it. You might not, I don't know. But I've ordered a USB magnifying glass thing, so the hope was that that was going to arrive earlier today and we could have had a look at that in tonight's stream to try and remedy that board if at all possible. It's been a really weird turn of events this week. I talked about last week where I was a bit depressed because everything seemed to be going wrong. Yeah, it's been weird. The biggest thing that was going wrong last week was the PC I sold, which we built in the week before, which sold really quickly, and yeah, it was a great little PC. But the person who had it said it was crashing or doing all kinds of weird stuff. I was like, oh God. And if you remember rightly, on Saturday last week, I was at the point where I said to them, look, just bring it back and I'll have a look at it and I'll fix it all up for you. So Sunday I was waiting for a reply, didn't hear anything. So I thought, okay, that's fine. They said they'd bring it back to me on Monday. And literally I've not heard another thing from them. So maybe the PC settled down and it's fine now. But yeah, that was something which I was actually concerned about. And so much so that I actually went out and bought another graphics card, which was exactly the same as what was in that PC. Spent a little bit more than I should have on it, but I thought, right, if I'm going to swap it out, if it needs swapping out, I need to have it on hand, and then I can fix it and it's all done and dusted. So at my own expense, bought another graphics card, which was the same or pretty much identical, same model and what have you. But I think it was new in box. The other one was new sealed, but regardless, same thing, a little bit more expensive anyway. So I've ordered that. That should have been in today, but it hasn't arrived yet because that was going to be then going into this PC if I didn't need it. So yeah, it's all a bit messed up. Anyway, yeah, never heard back from them at all. So it's been an entire week almost that I've not heard anything at all. So yeah, that problem just seemed to erase itself. So yeah, maybe some good karma has been sent my way, hopefully, from some of you kind people that are wishing us well. You've helped, and yeah, it's a strange one. I don't understand it. I was getting like a lot of messages, like normally you get the odd one or two, but this was like streams of messages, and I was quite concerned that things weren't going right, but it seems to have healed itself somehow. So yeah, I don't know what happened, but yeah, it's good. Firephone says, Mike, you got paid, move on. I know I should do, but I'm not that sort of person. I do worry about things too much. and I don't like to have people think bad of me, even though I'm on the internet. So there's going to be at least sort of 60% of people that just don't like me or whatever. But
Self-evaluation.
Well, no, they say out of 100 people, there's going to be a quarter of them are going to.
Some nonsense you've read.
Well, no, as an average, a quarter of the people will hate you. The other quarter will not hate you, but whatever you say won't make them like you. Another quarter are kind of ambivalent, and the other quarter will watch you whatever you do. 4 quarters.
You said 60%.
5 quarters in total. All 5 quarters. Hey there, Skystalker. How you doing? Oh, he's got a touch of the flu. Damn it. Sorry to hear that. Dutch Jan says, I don't give a shit what they think of me. I do. I know I shouldn't do, really. I should have thicker skin, but I do worry about what people think of me. And especially when I'm selling something to someone, I want someone to think that I'm a legit decent bloke, rather than someone who's just trying to pony off some dodgy PC, because I'm certainly not, and I worry way too much to even contemplate trying to do that, which is a shame. Anyway, so yeah, moved on. At any point now, we should have the magnifying glass arrive, so waiting for the doorbell to go, unfortunately. So yeah, that didn't work out, so that's why we've kind of gone.
Frozen, you're in for a treat. The doorbell.
Oh yeah, if you're into the Disney thing, is Disney? I guess it would be, yeah. If you're into Frozen with the princess and what have you, when you'll hear our doorbell in a minute. Anyway, there you go.
I wouldn't have Disney personally.
David Hurst says a quarter doesn't know what ambivalent is. Yeah, that's probably true actually. Firephone says, Mike, you don't have Trump stroke Putin problems. I think we all do. Ah dear. Anyway, oh yeah, so yeah, that's sort of remedied itself. The problem with the motherboard, that has kind of doubly redeemed itself, kind of thing.
You can't care, you've got a Mac in the background.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. The motherboard issue with the Gigabyte board, which we had on last week's stream, which we are going to try and resurrect. I kind of written that off, sort of, so to speak, really. But through some really weird happenings, and also the kindness of Andi Archer, or Andy, whatever he calls himself on here, Arachnoid Doom thing.
He's on Andi, I think.
I think he might be on as Andy. I think. He does change. Yeah, he actually kindly sent us another board, exactly the same model. So yeah, massive shout out and thank you so much for sending that. It was a complete shock and surprise. I wasn't expecting that at all. So yeah. Firephone says, Mike, you're such a fruitcake. Who would hate bubbly Mike? There's obviously no one is going to be globally accepted or received. It's the nature of the thing. I cannot expect that for large quantities of people to like me, like the content. I am just me. If you don't like me, that's fine, but it does hurt me.
Don't you? And there are some nasty ones.
Yeah.
So it gives you a false impression anyway. Our Portier.
Our Portier is much probably not so much for gaming. There's going to be a little bit of to and fro in. The question is from our Portier, is it on the screen? No, it's not. I will click on that one so you can see it. The question is a 7700 much better than a 7500F for gaming? I think it's very minimal. The difference is going to be very, very small. It is going to be also somewhat game dependent. If there's games which can take advantage of additional cores, it's going to like it. I think in terms of the actual frequency of the cores, there isn't a lot in it. I think they're very similar. The 7700 is, from what I can remember, goes up to, I think, 5.4? Maybe 5.2? Not too sure. And I think this 7500F is about 5.1. So there's very, very little in it. Essentially, it's the same thing, just with extra cores. Rictos, which one? Mike, how much will you sell this build for? Now, that is the question. I haven't, if I'm honest, I haven't totaled it up, and I haven't completely finalised what graphics card is going to go into it. The plan was it was going to be the RX 6800, which has cost me 250.
How big is this thing going to be? Can I keep Maisie on me?
It should be fine, yeah. There's the doorbell. Yeah, the graphics card I think cost me 250, or so it's about £10 more than the previous one. I'm going to say all in, this is probably going to be around about the £700 to £800 mark. I need to really go through and work out exactly what costs what. There are some things which I've got which have been either donated to the channel, or I've got through doing reviews. So those I kind of try not to add those into the price if I can help it, so I can kind of pass on that goodwill. It isn't always possible, and sometimes I don't like to do it because I do want to make a little bit of money so I can then reinvest that to buy other parts to show off on the channel, which obviously makes sense. But and the tax man wants his cut as well. So
to not use on the road.
Yeah.
To introduce a digital ID.
If you don't pay your taxes, how are the government going to introduce the digital ID in the UK? It's not going to pay for itself, clearly. So
they've got no money for anything else, but they've got money for that.
We probably shouldn't go into that too much. Have you taken off the address labels? Excellent. So we can actually do a literally live unboxing.
Well trained.
Cap's well trained. She's taking the things off. So we'll see what is actually in here. This should be. Actually, I'm not going to tell you because that spoils the surprise. So these were things which I've bought one of the things because I think you shouldn't. But do I do AM4? Not really, unless I can get the boards really, really cheap. The trouble is with AM4 now, the motherboards, if you're buying new or even Amazon refurbished, there's only like maybe 10 to 15, maybe £20 difference.
It's actually Little Mermaid.
Oh, it's Little Mermaid, yeah. So we have got here some more cardboard and stuff to burn. We've got a case, very interesting case, and a motherboard that you should never buy, at least not for now. This is the MSI B850 Gaming plus Wi-Fi 6E. This one retails £149.99, so roughly the same sort of price, if not slightly more expensive than the B650 Tomahawk, which arguably is the superior choice. One of the redeeming factors of this particular version is that this is a white motherboard, which if you're looking at doing a white build, then yeah, hopefully you understand where I'm coming from with that.
Fire thing says Amazon delivery at 20 o'clock. No, only 8:45.
It's 8:45 here in the United Kingdom.
Poor boat, still working.
Yeah, Amazon really do screw their employees.
I realise if you order something like, for example, coffee, they'll bring that at like 10 o'clock at night. But if you order like bed sheets, they'd bring them at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, right, yeah. It's bizarre. So that is the motherboard. That is the MSI B550, which is a slightly bizarre motherboard. PCI Express Gen 5 top slot. I think the graphics card slot is only PCI Express Gen 4. I do need to gen up on this a little bit more. But essentially this is the same as the B650 Gaming Plus. There doesn't appear to be any real difference other than the color. The layout appears to be exactly the same. I'm not too sure if other things are going to be slightly different, but in terms of the rear I/O, I think that is almost identical as well. I do need to do some side-by-sides, but realistically, it's just a B650 Gaming Plus almost in white. It's kind of a silvery white, so it will kind of blend in with most things. You've still got a standard PCIe NVMe cooler. None of this kind of quick release nonsense, which would have been nice. Yeah, other than that, it's basically the same board. But I wanted to buy it to sort of see what the differences are, other than obviously the name and the chipset and the colouring. It's nice to see it hasn't got any of those weird green elements on there, which I didn't really mind too much. But yeah, not everyone likes them. And let's have a look at the socket. The socket looks to be okay. So yeah, this was from Amazon Resale, which used to be Amazon Warehouse. They've renamed it all now. So I've got about £10 discount on this. So this cost me 142, I think, with the postage. Normally 149, so it's a little bit off. Not a lot, but every little helps, as they say. So yeah, slightly strange board. I don't think there is much going for it, really. You've also got, you've only got 2 M.2 slots, which is a little bit kind of on the crap side, really, let's be fair. Micro ATX boards generally have 2. They could have quite easily squeezed in another M.2 slot there, but they chose not to. Which in some respects might be better, because you might have better options for the rear panel in terms of I/O, so that you might get like a 20 gigabit per second port rather than 10 gig. That type of thing. But Viali doesn't like it.
Looks like a heatsink is missing.
Yeah, it does look a bit bare. But if you think about it, if you've got a decent graphics card in there, it's going to kind of cover up to about here anyway, thereabouts. So yeah, I'm not entirely mad at it, but I just don't see why the B850 chipset really needs to exist over the B650.
Like scuffed up look to it, really, doesn't it? It looks like it's been scuffed along the floor.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a matte finish to it in some of the.
I'm just going on this with image here, not in real life.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, it's a. I don't dislike the look of it, and it's not pure white. It's more silvery aluminium. But yeah, it's a slightly interesting board, and we haven't looked at any of the. Well, we've looked at a couple of B850 boards, but not many. And being that the B650s are now ending production, it seems like the obvious thing to start looking at them. As with anything, they'll come in at, like, this particular one will be about 150 to buy at the moment. In another year, 2 years time, this is going to be about 120, 130, which tends to be the way it goes. So you don't get any real massive price drops on these boards, not like you used to. They do seem to be holding their value, which in some instances is good, but if you're someone who builds and flips PCs, then it's probably not quite so great. Nice thing about this is going to be Ryzen 9000 series ready out of the box, because it's the B850 chipsets. But other than that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be kind of pretty much more of the same, which, yeah, is weird. But anyway, I figured I'd get it just to see what it's like and give you my thoughts on it. Obviously, we can't do real in-depth testing on VRMs and stuff, because that isn't what we do, but I will give you my personal opinion, and you can take that as you like. This box here is our little USB, oh my god, USB microscope thing for checking out to see if we can possibly fix that other board. I'm kind of interested to see how bad this is. I'm guessing it should be just USB plug and play, but I don't know if it is. Where does that clip on? Is that supposed to clip on there or there? There, I think. So it comes with a little stand, so yeah, you can just basically look at your components and parts and what have you. Yeah, doesn't seem too bad. Doesn't seem too good, let's be fair, but let's plug it in and see if it actually wants to take out my computer.
That's what Sinister Chef is on the menu for him tonight.
What's on the menu tonight, Sinister Chef? Kath says.
We learn foods from you.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Let's plug that into this port. Don't. Ooh, no. Smashing was not what it was meant to do. So, in theory, I'm not sure if I got this clipped in the right place or even round the right way.
On the floor.
I'm sure there's instructions in the box, but... Ah, there we go. That felt better. I don't know how you'd get it.
Onion soup, shrimp scampi, and a herb crusted pork loin. Oh my god, I could just eat that now.
Ooh,
that's not new stuff, that's lush.
That sounds good. Right, let's see if this actually works. Oh.
Missing a bit.
The hell is that? Oh, that must be a lens protector, I'm guessing.
That you wheeled over it.
Yeah, you can just wheel over the lens protector. It's absolutely fine.
Just checking.
Let's see if this works. So if we go into I'm hoping if we go into camera, if we go into the camera app, I'm guessing it's going to show in there. No. Privacy settings, oh my god.
Got enough room there, Flamey?
Camera. Okay.
Hey, Dave.
Yes. Yes, whatever. And we want to change the camera. Camera settings. How do you change the damn camera on this thing?
Come on, Dave, show him.
Cam link. Cam link. Looks like another app is using the camera already. Okay.
So that little thing was what took up that huge
Ooh,
box.
there we go. We have a picture. So if I put this onto the other screen. Cheers, Dave. And if I put this onto the stream desktop, so now hopefully you can see that. And let's take that out there and see if we can get some focus. I have no idea. It seems to be doing something.
What have you got it on?
Just on the tripod.
Yeah, but what's the lens on? What's it focusing on? Meant to be.
Oh, the keyboard.
On? But is that a zoom out then? Because it's probably zoomed into.
I'm trying.
I don't know. Now it's got a bit of colour now. Is that your skin?
Yeah, it's supposed to be on my hand. Oh, there we go.
It's massive though, isn't it?
There we go. What the hell's that? That's my wedding ring. Ugh, that looks gross. There's like a pube in my wedding ring.
That's your bloody hairy knuckles.
Oh, is it? No, that's the insides. Oh, that looks like something disgusting. I'm not going to show you that anymore. Oh dear. Right, let's see if I can.
That white hair. I'm a bit behind. You keep making me change screen.
Right, so that is. Well, you can probably tell what it is. That is a keyboard keycap. You can just see the textures on it. That's pretty nuts.
That's not very clear, is it? Although it's big.
It's not the clearest. Let's be fair. Let's see if I can focus that a bit
With
more.
this cube ring, will you be wed or whatever the word is? Harry
Yeah,
Holmes.
that's about the furthest I can get in terms of. Oh my god! There's something on the letter, whatever that is. Oh, that's the.
That's the pube.
Oh, it's that one. There we go. Got it. Wow. Puberty ring, do do do.
Right, okay, now get a
There's
pair
tiny hair.
Now get a pair of tweezers
Right.
and try and do that motherboard from under there.
This will help us to read Chinese instructions.
I couldn't do something that's not underneath what my hand is.
Can we? Oh, you can get quite a. Well, it's a bit shaky, but that's my fault, really.
Oh, that's a bit clearer, isn't it? But
So that you can see at the bottom, well, at the top. So just, well, I'm not put my fingers on there. Gross. The bit you can see at the underneath the writing, which is upside down, that is actually a grey taskbar zoomed in. That's mental. Incredible. Anyway, let's not take a look at that anymore. Well, it certainly seems to work. So hopefully we will be able to take a look at the pins on the motherboard. In fact, do you want to see the motherboard pins now? Let me know in the chat there if you do actually want to see them. What are you saying there? Don't use a UV light, you might see more. Yeah. I've got some weird stuff going on with the mouse now. Oh, hang on, why is that doing that? Oh, the mouse is doing weird stuff now. There's like a lag on the mouse when that's attached. Is it on that one as well? Oh, that one's alright. Seems like there's a very strange lag now. They want to see it. Alright, let's give it a go.
Show us your pins.
Where is the board actually? There it is. This is actually a little bit interesting. I should really plug that in somewhere else to get a better cable on it, but this is just a kind of like a work in progress at the moment, so we can just see what the deal is. I'm not guaranteeing that we're actually going to see this or whether it's even going to be fixable, but it was like £15–16 on Amazon, so like for £16 just to have one of these on hand. And Dave's got a new bed as well, so yeah, it's working out pretty good so far. So let's get the let's see what we can see.
The same USB hub as the mouse.
It might be, it could be, yes. Right, let's see if we can get this in position. And where is the? Oh, the mouse is unusable. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's see if we can zoom in. Let's go to Stream Desktop.
People surprised to see hairs on things when there are a crap load of cats that live there.
Yeah.
We have a crap load of cats. Is that what a herd of cats is called?
We have a crap load, yeah. Right, the actual the focusing on this isn't great.
Use the screen?
Yes, it will plug into a phone. So let's have a look where the damaged pins actually are. Got to be really careful now because I don't actually want to damage the pins more so.
Dropping that thing into it.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get it over the top. And see if I can focus it.
Got all those little fibres everywhere.
I know. Oh, this is hideous. Yeah, oh, there we go. I think we pretty much got it there. So looking over, oh, this is not as easy as I anticipated.
The refresh rate sucks, though, 10 frames per second.
If that. Why is that going the other way? Oh, I guess it's because I got that rotated, have I? Yeah, where's the top then? Sorry, see if I can just hold it in place.
David Underhill, my microscope cost a bit more than 16 quid, but it is a lot clearer.
I would imagine so, yes. Right, yeah, this is really hard to focus actually, and...
Money well spent, I won't buy it. That's great consumer advice.
Right, what can we see there? There is some hair in there, isn't there? And which pins are damaged? I'm trying to work out where that actually is. It's a shame that this hasn't got some sort of top and bottom thing. So yeah, it's quite hard to... Right. Okay. Yeah, it's not really helping, is it?
I saw the bad pin, Skystalker says. Just pan across.
Panning.
Fix the camera stationary and move the board about. I thought that's what you would do.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Aren't you doing that?
Mm. It's actually harder to see the pins now than what it was before, I think.
There's a bent one there, isn't it?
Where to?
Well, they're all a bit like crooked looking.
Right, looks like there's something going on there, doesn't it?
Our poor Jay feels sick.
Sorry. So if I move that over, so just there, like dead center in the image, those two pins look darker, don't they? Would you say? I think those two pins look a bit darker. Yeah, two pins.
Can you zoom out at all? Because they don't even look like pins. They look like zippers.
Yeah, they are. Well, they're not pins really. They're flat prongs, and they're compression prongs. So the processor sits on top of them, and they push down. But I'm pretty sure that is it. Mike, look at an angle, says Dutch Jan. Okay, let's see if we can do that. It's
You could angle the board.
Let's see if I can unclip that a minute. And with the focusing doodah. Oh, that's better.
They look burnt.
They do, don't they? So we're looking for just straight lines, and I think there is, in the bottom right hand corner at the moment, if I can just get slightly over, if I rotate round. So yeah, those there look a little bit suspect. Let's see if I can focus that in a bit. So yeah, now you can see what those prongs actually, or the pins look like. So there's actually, consider how small they are, they're insane.
Or something on that one.
Yeah, I am. Is they gone? Yeah.
Big delay here.
So yeah, it's actually going to be really difficult to get this in a position
They look
where...
like Volve train rocker arms to me.
Right, now I'm... Sorry, that's me shaking now. Let's see if where I can get to actually get a decent overhead. Actually, let me work out which way is up. Right, so that is the top.
They look pushed over.
They do from an angle.
Last week they did. It looked like quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
From whatever camera angle we used last week. Up is over to your left.
Let's see if we can get really close in there. Yeah, that is believe it or not, that shaking is just literally because I'm holding it with my hand. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to I have to work out a way to actually make this. Oh god, the mouse has gone mad. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Let's unplug that a minute.
Zoom might be handy. Zoom out, find the spot, zoom in.
Yeah, my mouse has gone nuts now. That's really killed my mouse. Let's turn it off. And we'll turn it back on again.
Dutch Jan's put a link in.
That's kind of better. Anyway, Dutch Jan, what's that for? A link for?
I'm not sure. Do you want me to look?
Yeah, go on. Need to give one the chin. Anyway, at least that's going to give us a little bit of a hand in regards to seeing it. There are
Focus digital microscope.
all
269
ooh,
euro.
269 euros.
10% off.
It'd need to be 90% off. The thing is, obviously, like the board itself is only worth like 70 quid, 80 quid, I guess. Obviously even less in the situation as in currently. So yeah, I don't want to spend a load of money on it, but I thought one of these is quite handy to have, especially if I got like a PCB or something, or I'm trying to solder something, then it could be useful for that as well. So we'll see how it goes. Good that fits in there.
There's some 3D stands they think you could print through.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, if I could get a 3D stand to print, I could do that, because that would be cost effective.
Brackets, there are stands you can print for that style of microscope.
Yeah, well, I will definitely be having a look into that, because I do want to try and fix it, because it seems a shame. The thing is, I spoke to the person who had the board originally, and they were like, well, when I had it, it was fine. Like, it looked like there was a couple of pins which are bent, but it worked. But I said, well, look, I can't even get it to power on or do a BIOS update, because it seems there's some sort of short. So I sent him the pictures of what I took on the stream. I said, look, there's what happened. That's what it was like. Like, I've not changed anything. That's the way it was. And they're like, oh, right, I can't believe that came off in the packaging. So it's one of those things. It is a crying shame. But like I said, Andy Archer, bless him, has stepped in and sorted us out with another board anyway. So, and weirdly, there was a bit of a strange thing where kind of eBay have sort of sorted it. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to jinx it, but eBay seemed to have kind of sorted it, the problem, so to speak. So yeah, it's definitely a weird one. It's very much a weird one. Right, let's see. Is my sorry Viali for the motion sickness. Chris Hartford says, top image quality considering it's a cheap microscope. Some sort of phone iPad stand could be adapted. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Hey Nero, how you doing? Sky says, Andy is a solid dude as always. Certainly is. There's lots of solid dudes around. I do like that. Oh, my arm's hurting. Pain. Right, let's have a drink a minute and then we'll get started on the PC. It's been long enough. Right, do I need the knife anymore? Probably not. So, Dave, you should see it here. This is an absolute nightmare. There's boxes literally everywhere. Cats everywhere. It's that time of year. Andy Archer says, plug it into your portable monitor. I don't think I can plug it into the portable monitor because it uses the USB OTG protocol, like on the go. I don't think that will accept it. I'd need to convert the OTG signal to HDMI. So I don't think I could do it on the portable monitor. Apparently you can plug it into mobile phones and stuff. But we'll see.
Greg M says, well, Canada Post is out on a nationwide strike here. The union wants the service to continue to lose $1.5 billion a year.
That's true. AJ Haverkamp says, Graham Lord stroke Adamant IT has the tools and the skills. He does, but he doesn't want to do these sorts of things anymore. Otherwise, I would possibly send it to him. But yeah, Graham said today, even on today's stream, he's going to stop doing mail-in repairs. So I did kind of think about doing that, but I don't think he's interested, and I'm not going to pester him to do it. So, and also then I've got the expense of sending it to him, also what I've got to pay him to do it, then the expense to ship it back, etc., which it's probably going to cost me 40-50 quid anyway, so it's kind of a bit pointless. It would be nice to see it done. And also we have to consider as well that it might be the fact that the pins might not be the problem. There might actually be another, yeah, there might be another problem on the board. So I don't want to throw Graham in at the deep end with a board which just needs the pins doing when it might be completely buggered. So yeah, but I kind of kind of, well, I want to have a look at it, see if I can do it myself. I don't think I can. I don't think I've got the stability in my hands to do it. But it's one of those things that I've always fancied trying. And yeah, for the point of £16, like, I can send that thing back to Amazon anyway. The microscope, if needed. So yeah, it's fine.
Plug it into your mobile phone. You can take stills on it. It's easier. Skystalker.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether or not I would be able to do it from stills. I think because my eyesight isn't the greatest for that sort of stuff. So I think I would need a little bit of a helping hand visually anyway. Who's that? Is that someone going in or someone coming out? Right, my night, Davey. Beep, 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 beep. It's like bloody CITV in here. Right then. Children's ITV. With me, can beep, 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 beep. Dutch Jan says, just try it, Mike. That's how I started. I might give it a go. We'll see. It'll end up being a longer video. Longer than the stream. Heaven forbid. Right then, let's have a look at this case and yeah, see what we can do. Also, I should say as well, was it Viali who said about these fans ages ago? So Viali, we're finally going to be using the fans, the Phanteks fans.
Which Mike listed as M140, and I couldn't find the links.
I was trying to set up the links, or Kath was trying to do it, and I said they're just Phanteks M40s.
140.
M140s, but they're kind of not. They're M25 140 G2. Anyway, regardless. So these are the ones we're going to put into the Antec Flux, because the Antec Flux, as standard, comes with just standard non-illuminated fans, plain fans I suppose you'd call them. They are white, but yeah, not ideal for our particular use case scenario. So let's get the case out, we'll take the fans out, we'll stick these in, do a bit of wiring, and then we can take a look at the other things that need doing. I don't know if we're going to get the whole thing done in this stream, but I will attempt to kind of plow on through. So yeah, grab yourself a drink and something to eat maybe, and yeah, we'll just go through it bit by bit. If you've got any comments or questions, as always, stick them in the chat. I will try and peek over them, and if you've got a question, a specific question, put a Q in front of it, and then Kath will hopefully see it and point it out to me, and I will try and answer the questions as we go through. But effectively, I'm not a one-man band, but kind of almost 1.5-man band, because Kath's not particularly technical, but she is very useful for picking out things. So do send in your comments and chat and stuff, and yeah, we'll see what we can do. Is that all right? 1.5-man band.
1.5 man with a half man covered in gas.
Kath's slightly, I don't think, you're not allowed to use the word disabled anymore, I don't think. So she is slightly, no, handicapped is the word you can't use. You can't say handicapped, but you can say disabled, I think. There's a thing about it, apparently.
What are you saying?
Well, because I was going to say, because you're covered in cats, so you're kind of handicapped that you cannot move around and get up and turn lights on and off, that sort of stuff. So you're a bit trapped, aren't you? Which is like a handicap kind of thing, because you don't have your full mobility, is what I was trying to get across.
Only cats. I've got a bad back,
Yeah.
though.
Kath has got a bit of a bad back as well.
But that's a bit far going, isn't it, to call it that?
Sinister Chef says, won Borderlands 4 from watching a live stream the other day, Mike. Guess who was sponsoring the stream, or, well, what stream it was? I have no idea. I have no idea at all. Old Bob says, I suspect Kath is more than capable of building a PC. She probably is, actually, and I'm sure you've built a PC before, aren't you, with me?
Yeah, several times.
Yeah.
Short-term memory Mike's got.
I've built so many PCs, and I just cannot remember. Where was that?
I built them at the BBC.
Yeah, I was going to say, was that the BBC? It was,
No,
wasn't
I
it?
built them here. And me and George built one together.
I know. Building a PC is...
That's alright, because you let me do more stuff because you didn't mind me breaking.
Yeah, the BBC was excellent because, like, if anything got broken, it's like, well, all right, just buy another.
I remember dropping one.
It's not my money.
Once. By accident.
I used to drop laptops all the time because I'd be like juggling like keyboards, mice, KVM switches, and all sorts, and then like, oh, something's gonna go. What's it gonna be?
I didn't even check the red light as well before I did it.
Oh. So yeah, this is the Antec Flux in white, as bequeathed to us by the lovely Colin Hilton. So Colin, if you're listening, thank you very much again. We did review this back in, I think the video actually went out on like May, the end of May, possibly early June, possibly, I'm not sure. I think we took a look at it in a stream, and then we did the video which was released a couple of weeks later.
Sinister Chef says you have a tattoo of it.
I don't have any tattoos.
I think our family is the only family in the world that has got no tattoos within it.
Yeah, our entire family has no tattoos, as far as I know. Well, our immediate family, I should say. Right, let's get the side panels off. Oh, better unscrew them as well. I forgot they were screwed and latched.
The alley ones cut the bottom of the box open.
I try not to do any damage to the box if at all possible, because most PCs either get stored or shipped somewhere or sold, so I try to keep everything in pretty much pristine condition if at all possible.
Chris Hartford, what's the verdict on the case, Mike? Antec quality becomes a bit hit and miss.
Yeah, I like this one. I think this is one of the better cases. Certainly it is more justifiable of the price, I would say. It's a nice quality case. It's got lots of nice features. If it had RGB fans, it would be almost damn near perfect. Because strangely, it has got an addressable RGB hub that the fans actually use, but there's no RGB to them, so it's a bit of a weird one.
Sinister Chef, but there was a catch. It was linked to the promotion for the 50 series cards.
All right.
And certain laptops, so needless to say.
Ah, that sounds like MSI.
Maybe getting a
Was it an MSI stream?
5070 Vanguard.
Ah, very good. Yeah, that sounds like an MSI stream. MSI, their MSI Insider channel, I think it is. They do lots of live streams, and generally they tend to have giveaways like Steam keys and whatever games are of the now. They generally tend to go ahead and put all that stuff in. I think with this, could I take off the front panel?
Nick Wilson says Antec AX85 50 quid is a good alternative to the Flux. Looks very similar.
Oh, okay, AX85. Not seen that one. I'll have to look at that. I'll make a note of it.
Do you want me to write that down then?
Yeah, please, yeah. Sky says that's a lot of white. Looks great as long as it doesn't go yellow. Yeah, that is. That's always a challenge. And depending where your computer is going to be living or where it's going to be situated, yeah, the cases can go quite kind of dull looking. I've actually been really lucky with the Series 500 there. That's been there, I guess, is almost getting on for 2 years now. And considering like wood burner, smoke, vaping, cats, not being in a particularly illuminated area, like it's not getting direct sunshine on it very often, seems to have held up pretty well. And I'm not sure if I've ever bleached it. I don't think I did. Oh.
Text, please.
Okay.
I can't clear it, Welly Bob. I don't know why I said it out loud. Or you just
Yeah, Kath taps the screen. That's like super annoying.
I find if I do something annoying, he does it quicker.
Right, there's the fans out. And actually, I'm not sure whether I might leave the one on the bottom. There's like an updraft fan on the bottom, which is kind of reasonably inoffensive. A bit useless, to be fair. But I think I'll leave it in there because...
one behind that's more yellow than the one on the table, but then that might be the light beaming at it as
also,
well. Blue-white,
this is a more bluey white, definitely. I noticed that immediately when I first got it out of the box. It was a very, very, yeah, bluey white rather than being a warmer white, I suppose you'd call it. Loads of Velcro in here. Should be coming in handy later. And so, which one is that? That is that one there. So, what's that? Velcro. One down. So if anybody, actually, what would you say? Should I leave the fans in, like, in the box for the person if I sell this, like, for them to use, or should I sell them separately just to make a bit of money? Seems a bit of a weird thing to do, but they are really cheap fans, actually. Really lightweight plastic. Hello? No, it's just the way my trousers hang. Is 32 gig DDR4 worth it, or keep them 16 big until I get AM5? Well, if you need 32 gig, then yeah, it is definitely worth it. It's a difficult one. Obviously, if you're keeping an eye on your system and you're looking at memory usage, if you're getting to the point where you're using 15, 16 gigabytes, then you might as well upgrade it, depending on how soon you're looking at going to AM5 or the Intel platform. If you plan on doing that in the sort of not that distant future and you can kind of hang on, upgrading or getting 32 gigs of DDR4, which can be a little bit on the pricey side, is probably not a great idea at this point in time, being that DDR4 is starting to increase in price, strangely. Yeah, I would be hesitant, unless you can find the RAM really super cheap, in which case then, yeah, why not? But if you're paying like full retail for it, I would be considering my options. Or maybe just buy another 16 gig kit, which might not give you the best results, but if you need the extra RAM, that is probably the better way of doing it, because like 16 gigs of DDR4 is pretty cheap these days. But 32 gigs is, on 2 sticks certainly, is a little bit more expensive because it's becoming to be one of those more desirable things. So it's kind of holding its value. Does that take 140s up front? I actually think I may have messed up here. That would be unusual. Let's see if it fits. I don't remember if this actually says that it fits 3 140s up front, but I did actually buy it with that intention, so yeah. I may have made a very, very big mistake right here. Old Bob, what's he saying? Does anyone know if 360 by 60mm rad with 25mm will fit in the top of the Lian Li Lancool? Ooh, I don't know. On the 217. The 217's got some reasonably good clearance, but I've got the case up in the loft at the moment, otherwise I'd get out and have a look. I think it would probably be okay, but I would have to measure it to be sure. If you still want a definitive answer and you can't get it elsewhere, either drop in the Discord or send me an email. You've done it before anyway, so send me an email and I will do my best to see what I can deduct or deduce for you. But I'm not going up in the loft this time of night. Thanks, Jan. I'm sick of this already. I've got no patience today. Well, I have, but not a lot. So these are all blocked together already.
Touchdown says on-site 420 rad in front.
Cool. So it will. Right. So what do I want to do? I've got to try and work out now. This is why I don't like these sorts of things, because now I've got to do some mental arithmetic to work out where this is going to go and how it's going to connect to the rest of the system. Because there is like an extension lead. There's 2 extension leads. So that's an antidepressant or a mood enhancer. Let's see what comes inside this box. I've never even opened this. Where did I leave my knife? Yeah, I can't believe I didn't even open this one. So what I want to try to do to minimise some cabling, I guess, to some extent, is I want all the fans connected together. At least these ones, because, well, they're designed to do that, so it seems like it would make sense to do that. So in here, all I've got is one of those extension cables. So do I run the extension to the front or do I run it to the back? In theory, it would be better to run these, I guess, with the cable then run into the back fan, and then from the back fan back out, because the RGB controller is at the top. So I can plug that straight into there. Why do you got to make this so bloody complicated?
Dutch Jan's written something, but I don't know if that applies to you or the Leanne Lee case scenario.
Oh, right, okay.
Have a look.
I can't at the moment, I don't think. Dutch Jan, vertical support. Oh, I don't know what that is. Scott says, hi Mike and Kath, just stopped in to say hi, we'll watch later. No worries. Rick says, is it me? That case looks bluey white. Could be the video camera. No, it is. It is a bluey white. It's a very, very...
Cold.
Yeah, a cold white. A very cold white. The colour balance actually on camera is pretty much bang on, I would say.
Yeah, and it may be made worse by that Superman lamp, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it might reflect a bit of the blue from that.
And there's a little bit of a hue. If I put that other lamp on, it will probably change slightly. Let me see. How's that go?
Leanne says, I have the rear and 3x side linked. It's easy, Mike.
Because the cable comes, there's one at the top and there's one at the bottom. But ideally I want that to be on the side, don't I, at the top. But then I'm going to have to run the cable back over. Actually, no, that'd be all right. So if I look at the RGB one, first of all, so this is one that goes into the RGB hub, so that is that one. So that'll double back through, so that's fine. So I'm going to snap that into there, he says. You fiddly little bastard. Right, so that will go in there and run, well, I'll just bend that over and that will run back towards the rest of the computer. So that is fine. Yeah, that'll work out okay. So then I can run the extension from the other. This is something I haven't done actually in a very long time, is run an extension cable. I think the last time I did this in anger was with the in-wind fans. Long time ago. Right, so that is going to be then taking the signal out to the front. Although having 4 fans on the same... it's a powered hub, what the hell. It'll be fine. Yeah, so that will go along there. If I just put a cable tie or something in there. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. We'll be good. We'll be okay. We'll live to see another day. Right, let's move this out of the way because I don't need that for now. I didn't know which was going to fall first, whether it was going to be the PC or the boxes. So let's get a couple of screws in here. No, I don't want to fit. Why is that? Oh, no way. Bloody hell.
Come on, Pop, sort it out.
And those bits don't come off, do they? Right, so now on the fans at the bottom, the bit where you screw the other fans together, that's actually too wide to fit inside. Oh, shit. Can I do it that way round? Yeah, it wants to be installed that way. Not the other way. Damn it. I'm glad I started with the back one. Yeah, there's a little lug.
That Antec box looks so yellow.
You see there?
Case and fans.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Now I can't blame Phanteks for this, although technically I can, because it's a bit stupid, isn't it, having a bloody overhang that big. So it'll fit in that way, possibly. But then I've got to try and run that cable up through there. But then the Phanteks logo's there. Which way is the Phanteks logo on the 3? Ah, that makes sense, yes. The Phanteks logo is going to be round the wrong way anyway. Because Phanteks. Okay.
Yeah, Ali, I have the 3 side fans to the fan ARGB hub and the single fan linked to them.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Well, I'm not actually... Technically, I'm doing the other way round. So, yeah, I could do that instead then, actually, couldn't I? So I can run... Yeah, if I take off that cable there... Which way round does that go? And which way round does that go? So that is going to have to go onto that one.
Ali, I started with the front fans. I'm catching up with the chat a minute, so...
Oh, okay.
Bear with me.
So if I run that... Yeah, so they want to run that way round. So the Phanteks logo going that way. Then I've got the fan input at the bottom. And that coming out the top.
Why not just cut the lugs off, Mike?
Yeah, I might do. Actually, why is there no hole there? Yeah, that might have scuppered my my abilities to do anything, actually, because the holes in the case actually I don't think will let me do that. Unless I go... Yeah. Let's see. There needs to be another hole over here, really, to get the cables out. But does that go around there?
Chainsaw out.
I'm glad I started with the easy bit.
Russia said the drill, but I said the chainsaw. I might have to move in a minute.
Oh, don't tell me that don't fit. Come on. That does just about. Right. So, will that
Imagine
fit?
this being your first computer build ever.
Oh God, I would. there would be tears before bedtime. Right, let's hope and pray now that this extension lead is going to go far enough. I've got 3 extensions altogether, so it should do. It may not look entirely neat, but it should be okay. So, it's difficult to show you what's happened here, but... So, in this top corner of the case, I've got the wire through there, but there's a really, really small cutout, which isn't really designed to have cables pass through it.
Patrick LaBelle says if fan screws were magnetic, that would be an easy fit.
Yeah. So we're looking at the Phanteks being that way round, aren't we? So logo, Phanteks, upright, okay. So,
Touchdown, said.
there we go. That fits now.
Touchdown said.
But they look super yellow.
Touchdown said, stupid design those fans. And be honest, the fans are okay, it's the case. They both agree.
Yeah. You two fight amongst yourselves. I don't care. It's definitely one or the other. Right, I need to plug in this cable at the bottom actually before I put the screws in, because I'll never be able to get to the other end again. Right. So what I'm going to do is the pass through for taking the signal to the fans at the back. I'm going to have to run this from the bottom section here and then out. So quite hard to get to. Okay, so yeah, we've got incoming signal from the top, going to go down through all the fans and then back out through the bottom, hopefully. And then I wonder if I can get it to go right the way under there. Yeah, that'll work. Although Phanteks have done like the white, which is kind of like a very warm white. So it looks like it's been in use for about a month already.
When you get the front shroud on and the top, it won't look yellow.
No, it'll look when the shroud and all that's on there, it's going to be absolutely fine. 100%. Right, let's put these feckin' screws back in. Hey, hey, hey. Calf's tired.
I've been tired since about 2 o'clock.
Right, let's see if we can balance those out so they're in the middle. Although really they probably want to be a little bit higher up. It'll be okay. There must be an easier way of doing this. Getting to the bottom ones isn't very easy. Oh, piss off. Right, I'm going to have to take out that drive cage. Remind me to take out the drive cage at some point. Yeah, AJ says the screws in the basement look challenging. Yeah, they do. There is See, that's why I don't like case reviews, because has anyone ever like used this combination of parts together in this case, do you think? Because it wouldn't be until you actually start doing stuff like this that you'd be like, oh, actually that's a pain in the ass. But it's not until you put together like a bizarre combination like this. Actually, saying that, it's not really a bizarre combination, is it? It's a relatively common one, I would have thought. Ah!
Old Bob says,
Hey, old Bob.
take out the drive cage, just a reminder.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to do that now. If I remember rightly, it's just 2 screws on this thing. One and 2. If you order some pants,
Me?
women's wide leg lounge pants, They're on their way.
But that's Amazon haul, so I don't expect they are.
It says on the 8th.
And 11 more items, there you go.
There you go.
I just want some trousers where I haven't got to be worrying about my back hurting enough. My kidney's getting cold.
You don't want cold kidneys.
I love the skinny jeans, they're just too hard to get on and off with my back.
Right, I think we're good. I tell you what, this case actually is bending like a bastard. When I'm putting the screws in, the metal was like deforming really quite easily.
Deforming at the mouth.
Yeah. Right, I think that is going to be enough. Struth.
Bend it like Mike.
I'm going to put the drive cage back in because you never know.
Pants for you, Mike.
Lounge pants, yeah.
He's more of a lounge lizard.
That's strange. The cage kind of goes back on counterintuitively. Well, it's in there. That's all I need to worry about. It's all good.
Oh, what is it as soon as I put my phone down? Somebody messages in here.
Someone burps you.
Burp, burp, burp.
So yeah, this is why Antec didn't want to send me any cases to review.
Come on, Otis.
Because I'm too miserable. Right, so don't want that one. That's going to go in there. Actually, these have gone a bit yellow already, haven't they? Just on the edges there. Can you see that on the camera? I'm not sure it's coming across. There's like a yellowy tinge there, and it basically it's just been in the box, in the loft. Right, I need another extension. Actually, that might be enough. So that is Phanteks that way. Phanteks that way. Oh bollocks! Now that's going round the wrong way, isn't it? Because I wanted that to be at the top, really. Oof. So that's going to have to run back up along itself. Then back out the top. Or if I could run it down behind. I don't really like running cables down along in the kind of the front of the system, because I could run it along the edge of the PCI Express. But I think it's going to have to go along the top. So we'll stick that in there.
Stick it in.
If that'll fit. Oh, that don't want to fit now, does it? Get in there, you shithead. That's a bit on the tight side.
Box is blocking a bit of the view.
Sorry. My what? Oh, fan box, sorry.
Fire thing says, Mike, you've got a bit of a white fetish, you build a lot of white cases.
It's not really. I actually prefer dark cases, to be fair, but it seems that like I get sent a lot of one. It's a lot easier to do reviews in a in a lighter case because they show up better on camera. But the reality is, I would generally, if I was going to buy a case, I'd probably go with a darker one, just because I hate matching whites, and I hate buying like, or at least being limited on graphics card choice for a white graphics card, which you're almost railroaded into doing. I don't really like buying a white graphics card because graphics cards tend to generate a significant amount of heat.
If you are going to put the rear fan in with the cable running that way, you probably should fit the motherboard first.
Why?
Dunno, or Alan.
Who said that? That's all right. It's not I'll show you how. I've just run it up the side of the I/O. So it's like it would be in a normal fan position. So yeah, it's fine. It's just come out the top. There's loads of clearance for the motherboard, hopefully. Although saying that the I/O shield might struggle, but I think it'll be okay. But duly noted, and if it turns out wrong, you can totally have that one on me. And do I need another extension? No. Oh, bastard! I've got the wrong connector on there. I've connected to the wrong end.
Da, da, da.
Ah! Damn it. Right, so this is the end I've got from the front, which is the female, and I've got the female end here. So I needed to, yeah. Oh, bollocks, I'll come back out again.
Take it out. Sinister Chef says the 5070 Vanguard looks chef's kiss, in my opinion.
Yeah, is that an MSI one, isn't it? Vanguard's MSI, is I think. Is it MSI?
He won the game, didn't he, on an MSI stream?
Did he say it was MSI?
Oh,
I thought it was. I didn't hear an answer back from that. Mind you, I didn't look, to be honest. Right, so disconnect that one and then connect to that one. Oh dear. See, I thought I was doing something wrong earlier because I was thinking I shouldn't have to make it. It shouldn't be that hard.
Mike.
It was MSI. Cool. Excellent.
Oh, you two, I'm going to have to move you in a minute because you're hurting my
Right, so Phanteks. Yes, that's better. So that works out properly. That's how it should be. Why did I not work that out? This is going to be on an episode of how to build a PC. Oh dear. And actually that makes the cable a little bit longer, so I don't need the extension that I thought I might have needed. So that's great. I can't wait to list this PC. It's going to be great.
You're getting a bit of brush jealousy then, Mabes. Got brush flame me a little bit as well.
Yes, done. Right, excellent stuff. There, that's given us a bit more cable length. So we've got about another, another 140 mils worth of cable. So now, the one from the front there should hopefully run along the base there. And yeah, almost exactly the right length. So I can cable manage that in and it will just tuck in. So yeah, that has worked out fantastic, I think. Yes, that'll be fine. And then the RGB cables are going to run along the top, unfortunately, which I didn't really want to do. And then straight into the hub, which is here. So we'll have an RGB into that one there. Actually, I'm going to take him along a little bit further because... No, actually, we're not going to have any more fans, are we? That'll be fine. Sorry, I'm talking to myself slightly here. So yeah, there we go. So the fans are connected at the front. They're daisy chained together. RGB and PWM signal goes into the first fan, passes through to the second, passes through to the third, uses that extension cable, passes it all up through there into the fourth fan at the back. Sorted. Whew. We got there, almost in the end. What did they say, by hook or by crook? We'll get there. What should I put in next? I'm going to put in the power supply, I think, actually, while we're on this side. So the power supply at the moment might potentially be the wrong power supply to put in here. But I'm still slightly unsure about where this is going to end up or how it's going to be used. So I've got a 650 watt power supply, which was also donated. Oh, my arm. There's a super chat from Rasher. Thank you for saving me, Rasher. 20 euros. I returned a sweater because of the static cling. They gave another one free of charge. AJ says, so all fans run at the same speed, not my preferred option.
You can have someone in there with your neighbours. Apples.
Don't fight, Poppy, with Maisie. Dad joke Sunday. It is almost, isn't it? Oh, she kicked you out.
I didn't put her in, but
Poor old Maisie.
I put her in the other box.
Right, power supply. Right, what did I say about the power? Eh?
She's on here.
Yeah. So power supply wise, I'm going to go with a Corsair RM650. This is a fully modular unit, gold rated, and I think it's going to be fine. Even if we put in, which I think I'm going to end up with a RX 6800 because I've got one of those on order, or if we go with something less than that, or maybe even better, so like a 4070 possibly, it's only going to need a single 8-pin connector, so this is going to be absolutely fine. And 650 watts I think is going to be more than enough. If it was a cheapo power supply, then I would say maybe put in something a little bit nicer, but I think this is fine. Corsair power supplies in general are pretty good, so I think we're going to go with this. And also it has got white cables or white extensions. Now, this is one actually I got from, again, from Colin Hilton. So this is like Colin Hilton build. And yeah, he gave us this when we did his PC upgrade ages ago. Stop fucking doing that. Sorry, I do apologise. Kath keeps on pointing at the screen.
This.
Yeah. That's like chalkboard nails, isn't it? I can't.
It gets you to remove it without.
I can't see a thing.
First thing says, Mike, what kind of build could I get for 400 GBP?
400 GBP.
Do you want a drink?
I'm not sure really. £400. I can't speak two things at the same time.
You can. You're super Mike.
I'm not. I'm far from it.
Absolutely.
What's that? Is Dave Aiken answering the question? What did he say there? He wants... Oh, God. I'll have to look on Discord. He wants a B450. I got B450 boards. I can hook you up with that. Yeah, it depends. If you're lucky and you find the right deal, second-hand, you can get something like half decent. If you're building new for 450, it's kind of... You're going to struggle to get a graphics card of any sort, really. Unless you go with like a used, it's like 1060 or 1070, then you could probably just about squeeze that in on an AM4 platform with the B550. At the moment, if you're buying brand spanking new from a retailer, you're looking for a base configuration with something like an RX 6600, around about £600 is kind of where you're looking at. If you take out the graphics card out of situations, that's about extra, take off about 150. Yeah, it's about 450. So yeah, it's a difficult one. It depends what you want, what you need, if you don't mind buying used, etc, etc. Right, let's get this thing connected up, or at least put the wires in the right places. So EPS, we've definitely got an EPS, so we can ring that up through the top. Now these aren't actually cable extensions, they are actually braided cables, which unfortunately they have got black ends on them, but it's not really the end of the world. I don't think anyone's really going to be losing too much sleep over it, myself mostly. And hopefully the cable management tracks there might just hold that in place. I don't think they are actually, so that might be asking a bit much of those, so we'll see. I'll put that just in place for now. We've got two PCI Express plugs, so if we need one or two, we've got both of those available. And is there a pass-through? Not really, so they might have to go through the side, so I'll pop those through there for now. And then we've got the main power supply plug. Unfortunately, it's got a black thing on it, but whatever. And we've got some SATA plugs there as well, which we can use if they're ever needed, which they will be needed for powering the hub. So I'm going to stick those down there for now. And yeah, I think we are looking reasonably good. Mark Gaines, £10 super chat. Thank you very much, Mark. He says, Mike, if you were to build a PC using the Trix AIO, what components would you use? I'm not too sure. I'd have to look at the Trix. Let me look at the Trix AIO. Get my head around it. It's Trix AIO. There's so many issues at the moment, especially with like the Ring Zero stuff rearing its ugly head. So mixing and matching lots of different RGB is a real pain in the ass. So Trix Panorama 280. Well, I think if you've got a Panorama LCD on your pump head, you probably want to go with a Panorama case. Maybe one with a slight curve on it, just so that you've got like that design element carried through from that through to the case possibly. In terms of the CPU and the motherboard, I'm not too sure really. I don't really like to buy really outrageously expensive CPUs. I think it's a false economy, unless you're planning on keeping it for the next 10 years, in which case, yeah, you might as well. But if you're someone who upgrades reasonably regularly, like 2-3 years or more, or less rather, I would probably go with something quite mid-range, like maybe sort of 9700 possibly. That sort of level of processor. If you need more, then obviously get more, but 9700 is, for most people, 9700X rather, is probably more than enough for a lot of people. If you're specifically doing it for gaming, then 9800X 3D, that is the kind of obvious choice. Motherboard wise, again, down to component and how many drives you've got. If you've got a whole bunch of drives you want to install, you want to go for like a X870 or X870E. If you're just maybe using 1 or 2 drives, then a B850 or B650 or B650E or B850E is going to be fine. It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. It really is. And because is Trix part of the Haven brand or not? It might be nice to kind of match the case and the cooler. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm sort of falling out of love with these really kind of exotic CPU coolers to some extent.
You need to wrap the power supply in white.
Vinyl wrap it. I don't have any vinyl wrap. I could spray paint it. I'll get a rattle can out and do that. That's about the best I can offer you, I'm afraid.
But not in there.
Not in here. No, we'll all be high as kites from the fumes. Right, let's put the motherboard in. Let's give you the overhead shot. Oh, got some cables sticking in there. So let's put those down there. Put that down there. So give us a little bit of breathing room. It's really weird this weekend because both our kids are away at the moment. So George is over in Scotland. Up at Scotland. Yeah, that didn't sound right. Up at Scotland. George is in Scotland.
In Scotland. Why is it at?
I don't care. Whatever.
George is in Scotland. What are you doing, Andy?
So yeah, George is away at the UKGS thing. Speedrunning, whatever it is. I always lose track of what these things are.
So I tell you.
UKGS.
UKSG Marathon.
SG Marathon, there you go. It's like a speedrunning gaming marathon thing. Goes on for a few days. Anyway. Yeah, so George is in Scotland.
He's going to end up with a lot of boxes on your head, Candy.
And Angel's at her boyfriend's, so yeah, it's weird. It's quite quiet. Normally you can hear George shouting at the screen this time of night.
No ice cubes.
No. No ice cube. The ice cube container thing has actually gone very quiet, hasn't it, today?
What?
The ice cube
Yeah,
dispenser. The fridge is just basically not being used. We've already opened it, apart from milk for tea and
we
coffee.
haven't had that many for us, have we?
No.
Was it 4 drinks?
Yeah. Candy, cats, right. Just leave me alone, please.
Leaving you alone, to be fair. More me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Missing.
RAM-wise, we've got some Lexar Aries, 32 gig kit. And those actually look quite yellow. That is the game. One of the things I really get upset about with trying to build white PCs. Because I haven't reviewed it yet, and I want to get rid of this board. Is the kind of the easy answer. There's going to be elements of black in there, and there's going to be elements of white, but it's going to be predominantly white, which is kind of where I was hoping it would be. The graphics card is essentially going to be black as well, so I thought, well, there's no point me trying to make it all entirely black or entirely white or whatever, because I just can't do it. It cannot be done with the components I have. And also, like I said, I don't really like a white PC build. It's just too restrictive and it just ages really quickly. Like, these RAM sticks are brand spanking new, and they already look like they've been, well, somewhere they shouldn't have been. But
Like, I'm waiting for where?
I have no idea.
So descriptive, but not at all.
Well, you know, like left out somewhere in like a sort of in a chemical factory or something. I don't know. Right, there's the RAM in anyway, so we're getting somewhere. M.2 drive now. M.2 drive is.
With the motherboard, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about putting some black RAM in there, but the only other RAM I've got is the Thermaltake Tough RAM, and I quite like to keep that, even though it's not particularly fast, but it's kind of got a nice look to it.
What did you call the RAM?
The Tough RAM XG.
You were saying something about ours.
Oh, the Aries.
Yeah. They are called Aries, not ours.
Ours. Call them what you like. I don't mind. It won't bother.
That's where those went.
Where is that? That's locked into place. Good, good, good. I'll be sort of sad to see this board go, actually. This is my one of my favourite boards for a long time. But like everything, it's getting a bit old now, so time for it to see new adventures. Oh, piss off.
See a new adventure. Should we let some fingers go?
Yeah, go on in. Lexar Arse RAM installed.
There you go, Bab.
And there we go, there's some Mike's Unboxing memberships for you lovely people out there. And who's got one? So Inky 1919, J Rose, FF, Robert Guzik, is that? Paul 112. There you go. Have some membership to gain early access. Now, we don't get any kind of option on who gets it. It's purely just done by YouTube at random. Apparently, allegedly, etc. All those kinds of things. So, yeah, don't blame us if you didn't get one. Right.
Right, out for a first you can't wait until it's gone, and now you actually want to keep it.
I like the motherboard. I do like the motherboard. It has been a workhorse actually. This was in the streaming PC for a little while. This was one of the most stable boards I could find on the market when the chipset first came out.
Why is Kingston RAM labelled so stupidly?
Um,
Everything computer-wise is, to be fair.
yeah, it's just a thing.
Because what was I searching for? That thing you put it down as MSI Gaming Plus Edge or something.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, is it a Gaming Plus or is it Gaming Edge?
Right, I'm not too sure what thread is actually on these motherboard pillars, so let's just try one and see what happens. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's the fine threaded ones, so the metric. That is another way, so if you're not too sure which screws you're using, on a PC generally you've got two types, you've got metric and imperial. The imperial is the coarse thread, and the metric is the fine thread. So typical examples of a fine thread would be a SATA SSD, whereas a mechanical hard disk drive would be a imperial style, so a coarser thread, and a power supply uses the coarser thread. Side panels on cases generally tend to be coarse thread. So yeah, if you're not too sure, you can sort of try the thread, see if it clicks into place. Has that gone in? Yeah. I can't really see this one very well.
Scotty Stoker, congrats all that won. I never win. Lol, yeah, I know, already a member. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know if members can actually win
They
it.
should be able to, really, shouldn't they? Just have
Yeah.
like a month off for paying it.
You should maybe every month, every weekend before you before the stream starts, just cancel your subscription, and then if you don't get one, you can just rejoin. Shouldn't say that. YouTube will probably go, Michael, you've been a very naughty person. You're not allowed to say that.
Admin fees. That's what they like to rack onto everything nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah. Firefaces might cross thread the screws. Oh yeah, that's my favourite way of doing it.
And Skystalker says motherboard screws are the only ones that I have found, and not always standard.
Yeah, when you put in the motherboard screws into the case, they can be the metric, they can be the imperial. There's never really any real rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes, I would say, arguably, the more expensive the case, the more likely it's going to be imperial metric thread. Cheaper cases used to use the coarser ones for some strange reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but there we go. We're that didn't seem to go in all the way. Well, it did. Still spring-loaded. Never noticed that before. Okay, so I think that is pretty much it in terms of the screws. So let's put this down to one side. This is going to really upset me, the fact that I've got to put this black cable in here. I might see if I can dig out a cable extension for this, just to make it look a little bit more presentable, but I think it's be fine. Actually, saying that, Andi A sent us some cable extensions ages ago, which I might still have here, which I don't think I ever decided on what to use them in, so those might be okay, but then I'll split them up because I don't need to use all of them. No, I'll leave it as it is. It'll be fine. It's absolutely fine. And that cable could have done with being put around the other way, so I'm going to turn that around now. Oh my goodness, it's getting heavy now. Let's go back onto the main camera. So this one needs to be twisted round. So which is going to be the best way of doing that? I don't want to put too much kink on it if I can help it. but I don't think actually that would actually aid construction. Also, we've got an AIO to fit in here yet, so I want to give myself a little bit of a fighting chance of getting stuff in here.
Imperial is margarine in Canada. Soap over here.
Yeah. Yeah, it is actually, isn't it? Yeah.
The same colour as margarine. Margaret.
Yeah, it tastes like it as well.
I don't know, I think the soap might be nicer.
Does anybody actually like the taste of margarine? I hate it. I used to eat it for years, but ugh,
So, ugh.
gross.
You could taste it, couldn't you, on that breakfast bap?
Yeah.
Like catering spread, they call it, don't they? They don't really call
Yeah.
it margarine over here, though. Or factory plant-based spread or something in it.
Hmm. Right, the USB-C I'm going to route through a very unusual way. Oh, maybe I'm not. I'll sod it.
Yeah, and then a full fat salty butter. Who cocked up and bought about 30 unsalted butters though?
Was it me?
No, it was me. They must have been out of salted ones at one point, and I must have bought an unsalted, and I just kept picking up with unsalted for months.
Oh, come on.
And who remembers that horrible gold
better.
butter?
St. Ivel Gold?
Oh, that was horrible, wasn't it? And they don't even sell it anymore, so it must have been so bad for you.
Yeah, that stuff wasn't great, was
I
it?
used to have to take my own butter to my nan's because she had to have it straight.
I do like this case has got lots of rubber grommets on it, which is actually quite nice because you can pass through some cables and it doesn't look particularly awful. Although saying that, I'm surprised that the rear connect motherboards haven't taken off more. Oh, bastard, that's sharp. I just spiked myself. Yeah, the rear connect motherboards, they're great, but they don't seem to have taken off very well. There are some on the market, but I don't think they've actually kind of set the world on fire, so to speak. Let me know. Is there anybody actually watching at the moment who actually has one? A rear connect motherboard. When I had one, I think I was the only person I knew who had one. Power switch and what's the other one there? Reset switch. So reset switch is those two. And power switch is there. I can hardly get to. Is that right? Oh god. Need a light. Oh, and my other computer's crashed. Good. Good work. So yeah, power LED. Yeah, power switch, that looks right.
I have heard that Australian Vegemite is an acquired taste and that non-Australians don't like it.
Vegemite's okay.
I thought it was okay, but how do they make...
I wouldn't go out of my way
how
to
would
buy
they
it.
make- I thought it's not beef extract, is it? It's yeast.
Yeast extract,
It's like
yeah.
MSG.
Essentially, yeah. Well, kind of. It's not really, is it?
No. Yeast extract usually is, isn't it? But not the complete ingredient.
Ah, well, it's all going swimmingly here. I was hoping my graphics card would have arrived by now, but it hasn't. So it is what it is. Right, let's put the front panel back on because that is something which I can do already. Nice. Right, is there anything else that needs... Oh, USB. Oh, I hate USBs. Right, I think I'm going to be a bit of a chicken shit here.
You tell people that don't eat Marmite and Vegemite because they put it on, because David Underhill's put Vegemite is very salty. It's not designed to be eaten like peanut butter or Nutella.
Yeah.
And people that put it on your toast or something, like that, you can tell they like it, or they like you.
Yeah, that's going quite nicely. Happy days. Right. What camera is actually on at the moment? That one there. That's okay. Actually, the computer looks nicer on the stream than it does in real life. That's great. Let's close it down. Right, so we need to get a cooler in here. So obviously, because this is going to be RGB overload, not that it needs it, but I'm actually going to put in the Thermalright Aqua Elite. Oh, I've just hit the camera. Sorry, little camera. Sorry, little dude. Yeah, we're going with the Aqua Elite because hopefully the RGB glow will take or detract somewhat from the differing colours of white. I think that's probably a valid way of doing it. That's what they used to say in like when you're filming TV stuff. If in doubt, bleach it out. So basically just put loads of light onto it and it'll be fine. That's the way to fix it. Oh man, that stinks of ass in there. No, it's that shit. That's horrible. That smells disgusting. Smell that.
I don't know if I want to with cardboard itself.
Yeah. It does. It does, like, you know when you've been out for a run and you've accidentally wiped your ass a little bit on your hands and then you're like, oh, itchy nose. And you're like, it's just like that. Come on, we've all been there.
Oh no.
What?
That's just horrible.
Oh. It's just, yeah. It's the, yeah. Oh, balls. That didn't work out right. It's the kind of the equivalent of eating earwax, but for smell. Really kind of pulls your gums up around your teeth. Hello, Dave.
Mike running, smiley face.
I've ran once. Never again. Thanks for your vote of confidence there. Dave, what do you want, mate? You want to go on the table, don't you? But you probably realise already that that is not going to be a good thing. Is it just come up on the screen? It's horrid. Horrid smell. These Thermalright coolers are fantastic. I love them to bits.
I'm going to take it out to bed and start chilling you with it.
Oh. Yeah, get one of those boxes from Thermalright, put the cooler in it, and just leave it like over your partner's head, and I'm sure they will appreciate it.
Hey, David.
Right,
You doing all right?
No, he's made a right bloody mess. What time is it? I'm not doing too bad, I suppose.
Sit on my lap for a short one, though. Or do you want to sit with Mabes on the big box?
I've actually got another AIO from Thermaltake. They've got some new Thermaltake ones out, which actually have, I think they've taken a little bit of leaf out of Thermalright's book. And I've actually started to get some coolers now, which have got digital displays on them, but not particularly elaborate ones. So they just show some really basic stats. They still connect to the system via like USB or whatever, but they, yeah, they've not gone like completely to town so that it's going to cost like thousands of pounds to install it. Very cost effective and yeah, pretty nice. Oh, for God's sakes. Why is nothing ever easy in computing? What's the matter?
Some Chinese gut farted in the box and packing. I think Ratchet was bringing.
Yeah.
This might be sick guy and when.
Was that some Chinese person farted in the box before I got it?
Chinese gut farted in the box and packing.
I was almost going to do a very non-politically correct impression of the Chinese person farting in the box,
Rob Wales.
but I'm not gonna.
How many cats do you have? The cat distribution system has been kind to you.
Yeah, it's not.
We have 6.
6 cats.
2 mothers, 1 son, and
We got 3 pairs, 3 lots of twins. There's Maisie and Flame, mother and son, both gingers. We got Poppy and Dave, mother and son, both tabbies. And then, black and white tabby. And then we've got Otis and Candy, who are also tabbies.
They're full tabbies.
Proper full-on tabbies, like
Bengals,
tortoise shell.
Tortoise shell isn't that ginger, white, and...
I ain't never seen a ginger. I ain't never seen a white tortoise. Do they have albino tortoises?
What are they called?
What, albino tortoises?
Love it. I'd be happy with 6. But Poppy's the mum of Davy, Candy, and Otis. And Maisie's the mum of Flame. Just over 2 years, no, just under 2 years ago. No, what is it? Nearly 2 years ago. That's the one. You could see them when they're just been born.
I think I'm missing a screw, and I'm bound to find it, aren't I, after I've done all this? Oh, there it is. Yay. Happy days. Good one, Rasher. My wife is leaving me due to my obsession with Star Wars. I told her, may divorce be with you.
Mike, would 500 watt PSU be okay for this build?
500 watts probably a little bit underpowered. It depends on what GPU you put in there. The GPU is going to be the defining factor, really. So yeah, it depends on the graphics card that you end up going with.
So your case will just be fans screwed together?
Kind of.
David?
Oh, this is a little bit tricky to get to now.
22, mind.
Right. Yeah, we've got a GPU fan as well. That's got to be connected up. I'm going to split the fans up. So obviously the radiator fans I'm not going to plug into the distribution plug at the back. Those will be wired up separately, but I will be plugging the RGB probably into that, although just to make it a little bit of a lighter load, potentially I might just plug them into another connector on the bottom of the board. I think if I remember rightly, this board's got 2 ARGB headers, so don't necessarily need to plug them all into one. I could space it out a little bit, but we'll see what the cabling's like when we get to that stage. We have a twisted cable there, and yeah, this top corner now is getting a little bit of a cluster.
Go sort them out, Dave. I don't. They...
Well, that's really hurting my arm and my wrist.
No one was looking. Dave is in the camera.
Dave.
Seeing his mum.
Skystalker says, I think I spent a total of about $300 on fans alone. Looks pretty though. I would hope so for that sort of money. Jesus. Right, normally at this point I would put on one of those shield things on there, but whatever. It's not that kind of day, so we're not going to be doing that. But we are going to be running that across there. So we need to set up the cooling situation. For that, I think it's probably going to be pretty prudent to lay this down. So I'm going to put you back onto the overhead shot. I'm going to put this down now. Oh dear. Yeah, it's getting a bit weighty now. It's actually getting really warm in here as well. 24, feels hotter. Rick's been a member now for 48 months. What's CPU inside, Mike, he says. This is a Ryzen 7 7700. Just for a change, I thought I'd use one of those. We haven't done one of those in a long time. Thank you for your continued support. It is appreciated. And if you want to send us any solar panels or batteries you're not using, you're more than welcome to. Although saying that, I don't know where we'd actually put them. There's an annoying little kink in that cable there. That's better. Yeah, I think this is coming together. And we've got a lot of RGB in here. John David Sullivan, or JDS, has been a member for 18 months. Says, happy 18 months for me. Thanks all. No, thank you. Thank you for your continued support. It is very much appreciated and keeps the cats in treats.
They don't eat treats.
They don't eat treats, to be fair.
They love us without treats. They do eat raw meat.
There we go. I think my Arctic MX4 is actually starting to separate. There's a little bit of oil in that. So, usual deal with the old Thermalright stuff. Got the little colour-coded standoffs.
Come on out. Why are the others coming in wet and you're not?
Because he probably haven't gone on the grass because he's clever.
You clever boy.
Mike and Kath, I joined the channel the 3rd of July 2020. Wow, all that time ago. Shit. That was yeah, that was a funny old time back then, wasn't it? July 2020. Were we furloughed then? Because of the pandemic thing?
Yeah.
I think we probably were. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? Anyone remember COVID? Yeah. Apparently it's making a comeback. They're bringing it back.
Is it a holograph thing, same as ABBA?
Yeah, they got ABBA made a comeback, so they thought, well, we'll bring COVID back as well. Might as well. No one cares. Oopsie. Right, there we go. I'm not even going to bother squishing out the thermal paste, although I suppose technically I should. It does feel like I should actually.
You worked mostly through it, didn't you?
Yeah, I only had about 2-3 weeks off, if that.
How else is in?
Actually, it might have been longer than that. Hey Thanos.
Angel had to work right through it, didn't she? But she
Yeah.
was sick for a few weeks, but she's basically going in and goes on her phone all day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing to do.
Put a bit too much paste on there, so I'm going to try and smooth it out a bit.
AJ Haverkamp, I never caught COVID, couldn't jump high enough to catch it. Didn't they cut the bottoms of doors off
Yeah,
in Scotland?
in Scotland they cut the bottoms
Was
off
it
doors.
bottoms or the tops?
The tops, wasn't it?
I don't know.
No, the bottoms, didn't it?
I don't know.
They cut off the tops or the bottoms of doors in Scotland to let
they are
airflow
fine,
in.
though, because you're okay sat down.
Yeah.
It's some silly stuff.
That still gets me how they put on like those screens above stuff, and it's like, yeah, because COVID don't jump over screens. The bizarre things that happened during that era.
They've still got screens in our
Yeah,
supermarket.
our co-op supermarket has still got the screens up.
And they even had them renewed last year, haven't they? And the same day they had Sainsbury's renewed.
Crazy. Oh, Rasher says, I was just finishing a reply to Sky and it's come up with a oh snap. And all the text was wiped. Yeah, that is getting to be really problematic, isn't it? I hate that. Cool. Right, that is all...
People gathered around the door outside and asked, why is everyone standing around? Is there a wild animal running loose in the store? And someone asked if I've been in a coma for 5 years. The store hasn't been 24 hours since 2020. I had no idea. Like, why has everyone cut their hours as well?
Yeah.
Still.
Well, I wanted
It's
that.
good for the staff, isn't it?
Yeah.
No one deserves to have to work all these silly hours.
Right. Cable's going to go up through there. And then we'll take that out through the back. Hopefully. It's giving me a good workout, this. I'm going to be knackered for work tomorrow.
Mark Berry managed to get the last pack of bog rolls.
Hey, nice one, Mark.
Usually they were sold out, but not that time.
Yeah. Good old bog rolls.
Luckily I'd misordered about a month before and had a good stock of them already.
Yeah, we done quite well on the toilet roll situation, didn't we?
No, you bought something off someone, didn't you, on Discord, and they said to bog roll.
Yeah, I bought a Intel 70, I think it was a 7700X, and a B, or no, Z170 was it? Z170 or a Z270 motherboard, and a 7700K. And it came wrapped in the most ridiculous amount of toilet roll you've ever seen in your life. It was excellent. It's like, oh my God, we've got bog roll for days. Yeah, that was great. It's funny how those things you kind of remember, isn't it? Right.
Obviously, because they stocked up too much themselves so they could wrap it in bog roll.
Right, I've got lots of cables here. I sometimes don't like it when they include these RGB hubs because it just adds another layer of complexity to something which is otherwise actually quite simple. Because then you've got to try and think of like, well, which way am I going to run the wires? Which again is one of those things that you don't really want to be considering.
Mike, this is Thanos.
Hello, Thanos.
When I took off the CPU, which was stuck on cooler, one pin of the CPU bent a little bit, and I used knife to put it straight again. PC is okay and runs good. Am I going to have any problems in the future?
No, you should be fine. Bending a pin is a pretty common occurrence, to be fair. I wouldn't really give it much thought, in all honesty. You'll be fine. I've screwed myself now because yes, I have screwed myself. I hate cable management. It sucks. But this is the connection for the hub, I believe. So I'm going to need to find somewhere to plug that in at the bottom of this board. And I don't think that cable goes across far enough for me to do that. Which is a pain. Right, I'm going to have to rewire that, I think. Or at least rethink it. Oh, you shithead. First world problems, eh? So I think I'm going to have to take those and put them directly into the motherboard on the side, which actually does make some of this wiring a little bit easier, actually. So I think I can just run that in through the side there, and that will be pretty neat. Yes, it will be. Well done, Michael. You did a thing. Right, where is system fan header numero uno? What is that one there? Not in yet. There we go. I wish this was a rear connect motherboard. Life would be so much easier. I'm going to be able to kind of cable manage that around there, tuck that in. Yeah, that's going to be okay. Oh dear. I think I actually complained about this when I did the review, saying that they made the leads for basically the hub and stuff just too short, really. Because they've got these like kind of very obvious cable management channels, but if you actually use them, it just makes life more difficult. So I'm going to run that down, just directly down. Then I can plug it in to our SATA plugs. And then I'm just going to tuck it underneath, I think. And yeah, that'll work. I'm getting all bundled up now. I'm getting all blocked up. Need to have to take some Gaviscon or something. Probably not. Washing machines live longer with Gaviscon. And I know it's not washing machines, it's Calgon. Oh, you had an old snap?
Oh yeah.
Kath's browser window's been crashed now for about an hour.
I was waiting for you to notice.
She was waiting for me to notice. Beautiful. Just wait for mine to crash next. I wish they'd fix that. I'd love to know what causes it. I'd like to be the one to come up with the video to say, this is how to fix the OSNAP error in Windows, in Google Chrome. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Just when they've taken enough data off your PC.
Yeah. Your data has been successfully erased or used.
Or copied over to our server.
Yeah, we've copied all your data. You can go now. I'm done with you now. Oh dear, remind me never to do this again. Right, so actually I'm going to rearrange that. So front fans connected there. Duvet.
We always call it. We always say things as we see them for the LOL effect.
Yeah.
So duvet. No, it's Christmas. It's being released in the charts soon. It's a cover.
Is that Rasher?
Yeah, I ruined it by saying it as we saw it. Duvet.
Oh god.
Yacht is always a good one. Name some others we say.
I can't think of it actually.
Circuit.
Yeah, biscuit.
Biscuit.
Any biscuits? Oh, this is horrendous.
Mike, I changed the thermal paste and I got 50 to 60 degrees C. Is this too much?
Yeah, sounds like it. What processor is it? That sounds like way too much. Torch time. Today is a happy day because today I got on the scales and I was under 15 stone. I'm quite pleased about that.
What's new in 25H2, Mike?
Better start menu. That's probably one of the key reasons. Other than that, really, it's pretty much more the same. There are some other tweaks in there, but it's still very early days, and a lot of the tweaks actually haven't been fully kind of propagated out through it yet. So it's not going to be one of those updates where you do it and it's like everything at once is changing. It's going to be a very slow and gradual thing.
You're not on a diet, Rasher.
No, I'm not on a diet, just trying to...
Everyone's on a diet, technically.
Yeah. No, oh look, I've got another hub to plug in. Special. Need some glue or something to go in there. No, I'm not on a diet, it's just... I do weigh myself every morning, just so I can see, like...
If he's going to be depressed.
If I'm going to be depressed.
I don't know why he does it.
Whether I'm going to cry into my big pillow.
I used to do it as well. As soon as I stopped doing it, the weight just drops off.
Thing is, for me, if I don't keep an eye on it, I am very gluttonous.
But you just go on your waistband.
Yeah, but I can normally tell, but I can't because all my waistbands are tight now. So there's not really much of a gauge. Right, CPU. There we go, that's that done. Look at this. This is looking absolutely splendid. There's nothing to see here, obviously. And what have I got left? I've got 3 more ARGB connections for the flipping fans.
Oh, I love him.
Oh.
You.
Why? What have I done now?
Last man standing says doesn't matter as long as the wife loves you.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, it does matter because I kind of like to stay around and be around for the kind of foreseeable future, but if you turn into a fat F and you die, that's not good, is it?
It's not just fat people that die, though.
I know, but looking after yourself is like part and parcel of it, isn't it?
Thin is considered more unhealthy than fat.
It depends.
Not plump. You're
Yeah.
not even fat, are you?
I'm not fat, I'm just festively plump. It's Christmas. Like a turkey all fattened up. Right, these connections don't really want to fit on there very well.
An unhealthy person is ones that can't gain weight.
Oh, this fucking thing's driving me fucking mad.
Come on, Babs. Let him flick and have it.
Oh, it's got stupid ass connectors which don't fit on fully. How much pressure have I got to put on it to make them fit?
So you bend the pins.
Yeah, which I think I'm doing. It's like, just... Yeah, the pins are actually... The pins coming out of the actual hub aren't really long enough.
You don't need to do it.
There's not really a difference of anything. Oh, I've even just touched that and it just fell off. That's a fire hazard waiting to happen. Because normally those kind of, you can push them and they kind of sit on a bit further. Oh, look. Bullshit. So we can bend it out a bit. I wonder if it's those are a little bit too tight or something. No, because you can't physically push it in any further. I think it's where they've not actually made the pins actually on the hub. They're too close to the PCB. So you can't actually get underneath them to make it fit properly. Ah, there we go. If we bent...
Thanksgiving here in Canada on October the 13th.
Wow.
The day before EOL of Windows 10 updates.
Yeah, that hub is absolutely pathetic. And actually, it makes me wonder if that is one of the reasons why they decided not to put RGB stuff in there. Because literally, you're going to have to hot glue those on. So they're just going to come off in transit. I expect even if I just tap in the wires, they just fall off. So yeah, what they've done is the ARGB plug, the plastic bit, which normally around, like there's a lip around the outside edge, which is supposed to go over the plastic lug on there. But the plastic lug physically touches the PCB. So there's no way you can actually get it to go under without actually modifying that plug, which I'm actually going to do just to prove a point. So if I cut out a section of plastic,
Right, Mike, and bash the crap out of the hub.
damn right. I might just put another hub in it, to be fair. Right, so now I've bent back the plastic on one side where they've not done it properly.
Google AI says turning off hardware accelerator snap browser crash error.
I have tried that, and it didn't do much for me.
I'm trying it.
But it is an option, definitely.
I'll let everyone know.
Yeah, when it started happening, I did look into it quite a lot, and I've tried a lot of things. But for me, the hardware acceleration didn't seem to work right. So I've chopped off one edge of those now, and this should now fit. Yeah, fits perfectly now. So let me see if I can get you a close-up of that so you can see what I've actually done. But that is just a stupid ass design. If I can get it to...
Probably just cheap plugs because the other ones are okay.
No, it's not even that. It's the design of the hub. The plugs themselves are fine. Right, is that in focus? Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay. Right. So...
Use BitLock on new build.
That, no. So can you see where I've just chopped that end off? Because those plastic bits there are literally against the PCB. So you cannot push the connector right the way up over. So see how much further that goes up? It goes up a little bit higher, and you can feel it lock into place. Whereas these, like that one's okay. That one's not. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to do that one as well. But yeah, that is a really, really stupid thing to do. Another minus point for Antec.
So what's not on those plugs all fixed?
Yeah, but if you're paying 100 quid for a case, do you want to get out? Do you really want to get out the glue gun? Well, let's be real. If this was a 50 quid case, I'd be like, oh yeah, whatever. But this is a 100 quid case. Yeah, that's much, much better. That one, I'll do that one as well while I'm at it. Yeah, that's a bad design. I worry that I'm actually starting to sound like Kerry Holzman, because he moans about stuff, but in fairness, if something ain't done right...
I moan a lot, but it's usually to do with tech.
Yeah, funny enough, I do.
Because it's always like...
So you see what I've done?
Yeah. Everything just seems to be just getting worse and worse on it all. Where I used to use 1 click years ago, and now I'm using 3.
Well, that is much better. So I shouldn't have to. Oh, that's the wrong one. I shouldn't have to bastardize someone's product to make it fit. It's okay. Just probably don't have to break that off actually, but I might as well. Yeah, that fits in perfectly. Woo! Right, let's put the top back on because I think we're pretty much done. We could do put a graphics card in there really. Just making sure that's lined up. I think we're okay. So yeah, that's a pretty bad thing, isn't it? But as much as I don't like to say it, it's just, again, another one of those things. Antec have basically bought into that kind of hall mentality of just putting together cheap stuff. Or at least that's how it comes across. And actually, I don't like that cable there either. I want this to look at least slightly neat. That's kind of better, but not really. I think that'll do. I'm not getting very far with this. So next thing to do is, I think, I'm going to stick in a graphics card and we'll just fire this up and see what it looks like. Because I'm going to spend probably hours trying to cable manage this thing. Because, well, I don't think I've got much choice. I don't think it's going to be an easy one to make look nice. And also saying that, I have got to put a graphics card in to get it fired up, but I probably will be swapping out the graphics card for something else. So what have we got? I think I've got the Intel B580 somewhere. B580, there we go. Good old B580, which is going to stick out like a sore thumb because it's a very black, very black graphics card. You'd be like, oh, someone's just thrown a big chunk of black metal in your PC. Yep, you'd be absolutely right. Now, I could, thinking about it, because I am considering doing it, but I don't think it's going to be worthwhile. I was considering getting rid of the RTX 4070 Super in the streaming rig, but I don't know whether I'd get much back for it these days. But it is a white GPU, and it is probably one of the nicer ones because it's the gaming whatever it is Slim X thing, and like myself, it's getting a bit long in the tooth, so it could probably do with a swap out at some point. We'll see. What time is it? I just want to see a post screen on this thing now, which I probably won't actually, because I don't think I've got my other USB monitor, so I'll have to plug it into something else. Don't worry, that's for me to worry about, not you. I do like the good snap of a graphics card going into the slot. It's a very happy sound. Now those graphics power cables are going to look a little bit odd, aren't they, coming in from that side? So I think what I might do is take those back out, because I don't need both of them anyway at the moment. So let's take them both out, and let's see where we can route those two and get out of this quagmire of cables. And ideally, I suppose we want it to come up here next to that. So what have we got there? I wonder if we can, no. I was thinking if we could bring it up by the graphics card, that would be fantastic. There's a little punch out there, but the power supply basement is covering that. We might be able to bring it up on a bit of an angle through there, so let's try that. Slightly wish I'd done this earlier now. And also I put it in round the wrong way, so that wants to go with the fastener on the downside. Also, you do find as well, these shrouded or sleeved cables are an absolute pain in the ass to do anything with, because they just want to kink all the time. I think that'll do it. And plug that into there, and then pull through some of the excess, which hopefully will put a nicer bend on it as well. Don't want to put too much stress on there, but how does that look? Does that look all right? Yeah, that don't look too bad actually, does it? Needs a little bit of tidying up, obviously, but so far I think we're looking okay. And I need to plug in this fan at the bottom, and luckily there's a header just literally above it, so I can plug that in there. Will that fit under there or through the side? Go on. Yes. Lovely jubbly. Nice. Don't look in the back. The back is an absolute disaster. An absolute disaster. Right then. Mike can sell everything, even an Intel system. I don't think I can.
Although you did sell a car alarm to somebody on a moped.
I did actually, yeah. I sold a car alarm to somebody on a moped.
And also...
And to the bloke who was trying to sell us double glazing.
Yeah, he didn't sell his glazing, but...
It's okay, OT. You're a good boy. Hey, Gandhi. You chilling? Good for you. OT, I'm not chasing you, mind. If you think... Oh, he's a guy. He's gone outside.
He wasn't in here.
That cable management is, yeah, that's going to be a challenge. So that last man standing says, hey, I like my 14700K. Yeah, I missed mine actually. I had the 13900, then I swapped out to a 14700, which was effectively the same. It just run a little bit cooler, if anything. Oh, I've turned the bloody monitor off now. I think. Ah, there we go, we're back. Right, I'm not even going to bother putting the back on. Turn that off. Plug that in. Wait for all the signal to go. Turn it on. Ooh, that made a nasty little click. Let's just see if it powers on. Should do. Make sure it all... Hey, that's not looking too... That looks alright. There's a lot of RGB. And a lot of fans going...
Bang!
God, don't do that.
I've got to do it when you're not expecting, mate.
Oh, right. Is that what you've been told?
No, I haven't looked at the chat. I've just made sure I'm not snap on there.
That'll be cycling. Or overheating. One of the two. Oh, those fans are moving some air. I told you they're a little bit loud. So that's going to be on the BIOS screen at the moment. Let's. I'm going to plug in the what's it called? The USB monitor. Just to have a look. What's the first impressions then? Obviously, apart from the.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah. What's the first impressions?
What was that advert for double glazing? They used to have a helicopter outside the house.
Oh yeah.
What was that? Everest?
Everest, was it? Yeah. I should have put the baseboard back on. Right, where was the other screw? There was another screw, which is a very specific screw, which only fitted in there. And I think I've misplaced it. Or did I put it with the rest of them? Let's have a look. Bottom fan RGB not connected. What? Oh no, it's not RGB. That was why this whole process has been what it is, because all the fans that came with it as standard weren't RGB. And have I lost the other screw? Tell me I haven't. Oh, there he is. It was stuck inside there in the wrap. Well, at this point, I wish I had hair, because I would be getting a blow dry right now. What's the matter?
I'm looking at that third to see if it's moving.
I don't think so.
A bit below the...
Bit coarse, aren't they? Right, let's plug this in and see what's happening. It looks like it's on the BIOS screen because the green light's on the motherboard. I just realised I didn't even see if the stream is actually working. I'm on that page for the tricks still. There we go. Right then, monitor power. Monitor power. Oh. Try not to put the computer onto the screen. Get some nice quiet fans, Viali said. Cheap, he said. Easy to fit.
That's the case though, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm only joking.
It does feel warmer in there because sounds like you've got a fan heater on.
Yeah. I might have to reboot because it's probably defaulted to the onboard graphics. But it says it's actually in the BIOS at the moment. Let's try that again. Silence. Yay, we have display. And CPU core temperature is about 40 C, so that's pretty much as we'd expect. And, oh, of course, obviously we can't use it because dongle time. Right. There are no profiles to load. I know this. So go into hardware monitor first of all. And set the fans to PWM. And then we can appreciate some silence. The one on the bottom. That doesn't need to be going as fast. Actually, the one on the bottom is the only one I can hear now. temperature source, no, we haven't got an option for GPU, so we'll leave that as it is. Pump, that should be, yeah, that's DC, smart fan mode. And just slow it down a little bit. A few bubbles going around it, but other than that, it's not too bad. So there we go. Everything appears to be working. And it actually doesn't look too bad, I think, personally. It's hard for me to show you what it looks like. So let's see if I can turn it around a little bit. So arguably most people would probably just be looking at the front panel. And yeah, actually I would say those fans have made the front panel look much nicer. Turn the lights off a sec. Yeah, that's got a nice glow to it, I think. Yeah. That's pretty darn good. I'm pretty pleased with that. Not pleased with this back here, or the cable management, which definitely needs some serious work and attention. I don't even want to show you what's going on back here, because this is just all kinds of wrong. And yeah, that's definitely for another day, I think. What are you thinking about it in there? It does glow, kind of cool. It says glow fire phone, says wood, fake touch, nice. Reminds me of Christmas time, last man standing. Looks good. I think it looks good, Mike. Says Viale, looks great, Mike. Price it up, Mike. All right, let's price it up. Yeah, I'm going to write it down on my board because why do the job twice? And for this, I'll use the red pen.
Because it's faster.
Because the red pen is faster. This is going to be painful, I think, because I don't think there's a lot of leeway in this at all. So, processor 120.
I'm not adding it until the end yet.
Yeah, okay. So CPU is 120. The CPU cooler, I'm going to say 40. They're a little bit less at the moment, but I paid a little bit more, so I'll go halfway. So £40 for the cooler. The RAM I paid way over the odds for. So I'm going to say 100 because that's roughly what 16 gigs of RGB RAM costs you these days. The motherboard, it's got to be 150. I paid 250, but it's had a bit of mileage on it, so I might even be able to drop that a bit more. The case is about £100 at the moment. I didn't get paid for it because Colin sent it, so yeah, that was great. The GPU that's in there currently is about 230 at the moment, 250, and the one that I'm planning to put in there is 250, so I'm going to leave that as 250. The power supply, if you're looking for a Corsair RM650 at the moment, generally it's going to be a used one, so probably about £50–60. So I'm going to say the same, £50. Arguably you could swap that out. The SSD, I actually got a good deal on that, so that was 35 quid for the Western Digital SN580s, which were on offer from Overclockers. Realistically, at the moment, a 1TB NVMe is going to cost you 50 quid, no matter where you're looking. And for a good, decent one, probably closer to 60. So there's a little bit of margin in that. And Windows we got down for a £5. So yeah, that is it. I'm guessing that's going to be just shy of about 700, I reckon. So do you want the figures again? Yeah. 120. Yeah. Plus 40. Plus 100. Plus 150, plus 100, plus 250, plus 50, plus 35, plus 5. That's Windows. That's the Windows key, yeah.
850.
850? Holy.
Too much bass in your voice.
Yeah. So.
Say it again.
I'm not. My throat's hurting. So yeah, that's 850. Now, obviously, for me, if I'm selling it, I didn't pay for the case or the power supply, so there's 150 roughly in that. So yeah, realistically, it's got to be like £800, I think. It's got to be. Otherwise, it just really isn't worth doing. Yeah, kind of is what it is. Unfortunately, like the RAM, I have got some other RAM which I could swap out, which only cost me £55, but the chances of getting a deal like that again are almost non-existent, so I'm kind of keeping that now for emergency purposes if I have to either swap something out for an RMA or whatever. So yeah, I think that kind of is what it is. So yeah, roughly sort of £850. That seems like a lot of money for what it is. Oh, I didn't even include the price of the fans, did I? The fans cost me another 30 or 40 quid. So yeah, arguably we're looking at closer to 900. Ooh. It's a lot of computer, but for 900 quid. But I suppose this is where it comes down to with building your own PC, or enthusiasts building a PC. Because if you said, right, go to a PC manufacturer, right, I want a PC, I want a 7700 in there, I want a 250 quid graphics card, whatever, not too bothered about the case, not too bothered about everything else. They'd put in a cheap ass motherboard, which would probably be like a A620 or something stupid, or a very entry level board, whereas this was a much nicer board. They wouldn't use quality fans, they certainly wouldn't use a high quality case, or they might do, but it's unlikely. So you do have to pay a little bit of a premium for that, unfortunately. It kind of is what it is. But that mounted up. That soon mounted up pretty quick. I didn't think it was going to be that expensive. I thought it was going to be less than that. But everything's getting more expensive. M.2 drivers are getting more expensive. RAM's definitely getting more expensive. It's just the way things are. And like, this is with the CPU, this in here, costing 120 quid. Like a Ryzen 7 7700 for 120 quid is an absolute steal. If you go onto Amazon now, or any retailer in the UK, you won't find a 7700 under £200. I'd be amazed if you do. It's more likely going to be kind of 220, 230. It's a mad world. Mad world. At least that was the last time I looked. There was probably about a week or two. Maybe a week, maybe two. But normally, buying them from AliExpress when they're on really good offer, they're basically half price. So it's 120, so yeah, say 240. I haven't checked. Anyway, there you go. I think we've gone on a little bit longer than expected, so we're just heading up to the 3 hours mark. So I will take a quick look at the chat, see what your people are saying. You people even. God, the brain's starting to go now. Let's have a look. Let me bring the chat window over so I can actually see the darn thing. Right. I really need to work on a method of getting this screen actually in a sensible place where I can actually read it and maybe see the camera at the same time. Right, so what was saying? Ivory Wolfman says 650 PSU? No! That's fine. So let's see what people are saying. There we go, 7700. Valley says, yeah, see quiet, good fans. Actually, yeah, when they're tamed like this, they're much better.
Yeah, but that's how they're meant to be.
Yeah, they're moving a lot of air, actually. Can I get the wood in white? Possibly. You could paint it easily. 32 gigs fire thing.
I tried to send Bugs Bunny a file through Google Drive, but he only accepts a WhatsApp doc.
Last Man Standing says, yeah, RAM is stupid at the moment. I was trying to get hold of some DDR4 and it's so expensive. It is. It is. I did kind of stack up a little bit on RAM. So I've got some DDR4 RAM, which I kind of kept. I bought when it was cheap. And I was looking at Welly Bob, I think it was, actually sent me some as well. So I've got a few little kits of 16 gigs of RAM for emergency purposes. I don't see myself making any money on it, but they will be quite handy. Fireframe says no DRAM on SSD. No, it's not. No, it's TLC RAM, TLC chips, but it's got the pseudo SLC cache on it, and it uses HBM. Yeah, Dutch Jan said 850. Bang on. Yeah, and the fans, they were saying that. Mike Tax is minus 50. Yeah, it does seem to be. David says, sell for 1,200 quid. I wish I could. Ira Wolfman says, at least it's not Lian Li or Corsair fans. AJ says, the AIO is really cheap. Yeah, those Thermalright AIOs are brilliant. They really are. A little bit of a pain to wire up because there's lots of cables, but yeah, for 40 quid. For 40 quid for a decent 360mm AIO, which is actually quite effective, you can't beat it. You really can't. Pre-built is expensive too, says AJ. So if you sell it for $999, not bad. Yeah. Jay Gordon says PCs are getting expensive. Out of my range these days, it's getting that way, isn't it? It really is.
Mark Gaines says Ryzen 7 7700 2-pack, sorry, $231.97 on Amazon.
Blimey. Yeah, so 120. So that's half price, isn't it? It's mad. Viali says I would say 995 is a good price. Delivery 200. Yeah, I'll drive it there for 200.
But I don't think how the express links work, do they? For where Mark Gaines is.
Yeah. So David Underhill's budget for his new build is going to be $4,000 USD. Sorry, Aussie dollars. So they run about 200. Run about £2,000. Firephone says G-Lord is selling for 600 plus. Oh, what systems based around 7700? Yeah, I did see some of these. Alessa says, I saw Tech Jesus test at least 10 pre-builts and everyone had something wrong. Yeah, they do. That's weird. I don't know how they managed to do it. Yeah, Mark Gaines coming there at $231.97 on Amazon. What CL is the RAM? CL30 is my preferred. This is actually CL32 6400. But I would have preferred CL36,000, which I have got the cheaper set, which would make this about £50 cheaper. So yeah, that might get swapped out at some point. But it's black RAM, and I wanted to put white in there really, but I don't think anyone will notice it, so I might do that. Try and sell it for $1 million, then you only have to sell one. That's not a bad point actually. Greg says, on the MSI B550 I tried Argus Monito, not sure what that is, but I could not seem to control the front fan, so it was under control like MSI Center does. That's why I went with M4, no gaming here. Ah, right, gotcha. Just having a look through the chat there now. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I think we're good. Ian says, how much would you charge just to do the build, because you also have to charge for labour costs? Yeah, that's the thing, because like you should really put in £100 as your kind of your profit margin, which would include like your build costs and a little bit of profit. So yeah, arguably to sell it for 1,000 would be about right. It would feel a bit wrong, but it would be kind of like the norm. I am tempted to put it on Facebook Marketplace for £1,000 and just see what happens. Like, I've done the same spec PC roughly for sort of 800 I think I did the last one for. But I did get some cracking bargains on that, so obviously if I get a bargain, I kind of try and pass it on if I can. But yeah, I might put it on there for £1,000 and see what happens. If someone then says, "Oh, I'll give you 900 for it," it's like
200.
Okay, yeah, they get the usual messers. Anyway, right, I think I've gone on for way too long, so thanks to everybody for joining us. Hopefully you've had a relatively enjoyable evening, and glad that we finally got this done and dusted. Again, massive shout out as always to Colin Hilton, the legend that is, and also to Andi Archer as well for sending that motherboard for us to take a look at if we can't get the pins straightened out on the other one, so that'll be another work in progress. Yeah, thanks to Colin for the case and for the power supply, and just for being general all-round decent bloke, as are most of you. Well, not you're all blokes, but you know, decent folk, nice people. So thank you all so much for joining us. Hopefully you've had a good time. If you have, leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you can. And more importantly these days, actually share the videos. That is what is actually helping the algorithm. Comments and likes are great, but sharing the video actually means a whole lot more. So if you can share it on your social medias or just anywhere in general, that would be massively, massively appreciated. With the YouTube view apocalypse still in full effect, would be very, very helpful to us at this time and present. But that's fine. Thank you all for watching. I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll catch up with you with a fresh new video on Monday. And for those of you who want to, join us in the Discord over the weekend, and we can have a chat if you wish.
You're at work tomorrow.
But I'm at work tomorrow, so yeah, don't expect too much chatting during the day. Yeah, that's it. Thanks very much, and I'm looking for the end stream button. It's there somewhere. There we go. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. See you next week. Cheerio. Bye. Your stream will end immediately. Yes, that's why I clicked end stream. Bye.